With all our tricks, we're making Christmas time.
Chris, I'm an ignorant plug. Can't say I know your motivation. But I saw you make it, The fountain. Could it be you just want to have fun again? Some real fun. Just like the old days. That's been my purpose, Letting you play your games. That's why Chris stole a power switch, an extension cord from the library. For the consoles. But hey, now the game's almost over. Makes you think. Was it really all such a good idea? Your mother, poor mother. What will happen if she wakes up? Ah, what's am I doing? A power strip giving you a lecture. Fair play.
Yeah,
Fair play.
you found me.
Singing. Josie, why are you? That brings you to a judge, Susie.
Smooth.
Yeah, you found me.
I got this. Nailed it. Juice.
Yeah.
Right, sure. That's why I come too.
I think Noah was kind of secretly hoping that Susie was there for her.
Right. It looks like blood. I'm always... Yeah, too bad they just ran out.
I can't believe Susie finished the whole bowl by herself.
Of blood. She's gonna pass out. Susie!
I appreciate Rudy and Toriel not intervening yet.
Where are you going with this? Let me get straight to the point. Yeah. Look, Noelle. You wanna work on our projects together?
Heck yes, let's go! The ship sails!
At your place.
Yeah, just the four of us.
I mean, I'd have to ask, and my mom, I'm not sure if she'd. Yes, we can do it. Yeah, yes.
Chris, I'm an ignorant plug. Can't say I know your motivation. But I saw you make it, The fountain. Could it be you just want to have fun again? Some real fun. Just like the old days. That's been my purpose, Letting you play your games. That's why Chris stole a power switch, an extension cord from the library. For the consoles. But hey, now the game's almost over. Makes you think. Was it really all such a good idea? Your mother, poor mother. What will happen if she wakes up? Ah, what's am I doing? A power strip giving you a lecture. Just play your games, love. Chris, if not for fun, why'd you do it? Mum's the word, innit? Fair play. Fair play.
Singing. Josie, why are you? That brings you to a judge, Susie.
Smooth.
I got this. Nailed it. You know. Juice.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, sure. That's why I come too.
I think Noah was kind of secretly hoping that Susie was there for her.
Right. It looks like blood. I'm always. Yeah, too bad they just ran out.
I can't believe Susie finished the whole bowl by herself.
Of blood. She's gonna pass out. Susie!
I appreciate Rudy and Toriel not intervening yet.
Where are you going with this? Let me get straight to the point. Yeah. Look, Noelle. You wanna work on our projects together?
Heck yes, let's go! The ship sails!
You know, at your place.
Yeah, just the four of us.
I mean, I'd have to ask, and my mom, I'm not sure if she'd. Yes, we can do it. Yeah, yes.
Chris, I'm an ignorant plug. Can't say I know your motivation. But I saw you make it, you know? The fountain. Could it be you just want to have fun again? Some real fun. Just like the old days. That's been my purpose, you know? Letting you play your games. That's why Chris stole a an extension cord from the library. For the consoles. But hey, now the games are almost over. Makes you think. Was it really all such a good idea? Their mother. Poor mother. What will happen if she wakes up? Ah, what's am I doing? About to be giving you a lecture. Just play your games, love. Chris, if not for fun, why'd you do it? Mum's the word, innit? Fair play. Fair play.
Singing. Percy, why are you? That brings you to a judge, Susie.
Smooth.
I got this. Nailed it. You know. Juice.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, sure. That's why I come too.
I think Noah was kind of secretly hoping that Susie was there for her.
Right. It looks like blood. I'm always. Yeah, too bad they just ran out.
I can't believe Susie finished the whole bowl by herself.
Of blood. She's gonna pass out. Susie!
I appreciate Rudy and Toriel not intervening yet.
Where are you going with this? Let me get straight to the point. Yeah. Look, Well, you wanna work on our projects together?
Heck yes, let's go! The ship sails!
You know, at your place.
Yeah, just the four of us.
I mean, I'd have to ask, and
Life is a drag, life is a chore, frightfully sad, so mindless a bore. Mice in the bag, you fight and you gnaw, for the righteous to brag in the line of the door. And the higher your score, the louder you bicker. Life give you lemons, good heavens, you're bitter. And whatever you get to collect, well, that head interjects, with incessant effect, could be bigger. Here comes the next utter wreck. What the heck? At the deck, unsuspectingly betting their dinner. When left unchecked, cuts a check, bust the rest rubberneck, but expect still to end up a winner. If you're ever in the dumps of feeling stuck in a rut, you simply haven't had the fun of watching number go up. No, it's wonderful stuff. Let the hundreds run it over your cup. It's such a buzz to watch the number go up. You must be really dumb for thinking some is enough. You can add another one and make the number go up till you run out of luck. Find your fun so down to nothing but fluff. Run us up and making numbers go up. That day to day is unbearably dry. Makes sense to chase that numerical high. Be it a salary, calories, boxes on balance sheets. Whoops, don't forget to subscribe. Are you feeling alive? With your thoughts is so pride. Maybe father has cried. Have you asked yourself why? Blast through a ceiling might pass for a feeling, but chances you're leaving with plaster in eyes. And the faster the rise, the harder the fall. Infinite gestures look at curtain calls. My God, historic, meteoric. Alas, my poor Yorick. He held his head high through it all. If you're ever in the dumps of feeling stuck in a rut, simply haven't had the fun of watching number go up. You gotta trust what's gonna erupt. And lost for thinking numbers go up. You must repeat it time for thinking some is enough.
Oh,
But there's another one of that's number go up. You lost in a rust. Keep your dreams into a dustpan and brush another schmuck to make the numbers go up. Shoot like a star or fall like a quitter. Somebody once told me about all that glitters. Now you might dream of queen, straight flush with the green, like a jack when you're sold down the river. You might find you're an ace, so just bluff from the start. Have diamond and spades or get clubbed in the heart. When the pot's at an end and the flop at its end. Handful of lovely cards, words at the table, it's prudent to play. To us as the fable is human, but hey, watch your stack cause the fact is affluence turning to crap is one little palm movement away. Those rags to riches you got from that tip off. Take a stickers. One more time. Those rags to riches you got from that tip-off, just stacking stitches to viciously rip off. Bet on a dream and it seems it might tear at the seams. Why do you think so much poker is strip off? Now let's see who's next in line to proclaim they can be king, yes I'm making it rain. Million monarchs competing for dwindling court seating, all blind to outleading their fame. The ante is up and the cards are face down. Sadly it can't be the other way around. But the biggest of figures won't impress the jigger when picking your hole in the ground. Oh, now you're in the hole, ever in the dumps of feeling stuck in a rut. Simply haven't had the fun of watching number go up. It's a punch in the nuts, stuck in a puddle with the wrong kind of flush. Get off your butt and make the number go up. You must be pretty dumb for thinking some is enough. We can add another one to make the number go up till it crumbles to dust. Another purple for the vultures to pluck. Out of luck, making the number go up. I'd really like to make another couple of bucks, so won't you play the song again, make the number go up. A sincerely wonderful good morning for the void. My name is Decaf NVIDIA. I'm a video game streamer who primarily plays RPG games. I am also a hobby voice actor and singer, so you can do one or both of those things from the stream. Sorry, I'm also a voice actor and singer, so let me do one or both of those things from the stream. My pronouns are he, they, and today we are playing Minecraft. Now, whether or not my friends will join me today, I'm not sure. But I do have an agenda already for what I want to do, and so I'm going to do it. Oh, my game audio is not set to the right thing just yet. Hello, Mizuya. Welcome in. Welcome in Twitch as well. Folks, please go ahead and click on the heart on top of the chat. No, wait, who came first? It was... Alchemy, Demerico... Elena Cat. There we go. Go ahead and heart off the chat and follow Elena over on her channel. She is a Genshin Impact streamer, plays multiplayer games, and also Minecraft on occasion. Maybe joining us later, but we shall see. We shall see. But go ahead and click the heart off the chat and give Elena a follow over on her channel over there. Ah, it seems our gunpowder has reduced. Interesting. That should about do it. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. I'm getting used to these new earphones. I ended up getting some new earphones for the computer here that I'm wearing, and I've attached the microphone. It makes my voice sound a little bit more echoey than I'm used to. And I'm not sure if that's because of the bass boosting or because I got the cheap earphones. But it is better than my old one, which is like 3 years old and only 1 year was working. So I'll keep at it for now, but I might still look for alternatives for this particular set. One more set. Okay, I think I'm good here. We're gonna go ahead and make our way over to our mural and continue work on that. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome, Elena. Now it's gonna just be me for the first hour here. The others are either not awake or still doing stuff, you know, as you do. Ooh, double speed. Nice. Look how fast he became. Whee! Okay. Easy dinner tonight, so you don't have to hang over it. I see. Okay, let's see. I remember I had to take out all of my glass. Ah, here it is. Because you were all fighting things. Red, orange, yellow, green. I should turn these pumpkins into. Oh, I guess I can like store it here temporarily. Red. Oh, orange. Wait, did I not swap the shovel for it yet? Huh. A bit surprising, but it's fine. There we go. Clean, 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 clean. Okay, light blue. And then purple glass. Magenta glass. Black colored glass. And then just regular blue. Cyan. And pink. Come live with us in the palace. There's a room waiting for you. Come on. Just let us adore you. Come live with us in the palace. There's a room waiting for you. Okay. Is MJ playing or is that taking over? I told MJ that if MJ needs to like do writing work, that it's fine. So I'm not really expecting MJ to play Minecraft today. It really depends on them. Americo, dancing with glow sticks. Nice, nice. Excuse me. Let's see. I need... Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I need stream together. Although it's a little bit early, I'd like to set it up now so I don't forget later. And also, I should turn on some background music. Let's see. Performance unoptimized, because optimizing settings in stream together is actually the opposite of what you want to do. Okay, invite guests for later. Sarlacc, Elijah, Shelly, Twan, and MJ and Elena. Yep, there you go. Papaya. Para 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 papaya. Papaya. Para para papaya pa. So you got Voyager to I2, and she said a serenade. A sentence. You're so proud of her. Yeah. That's character growth. Okay. Let's put the music on. I'll go with songs with lyrics for now, while it's just me. But then later I'll switch over to the instrumental playlist. And oh, I don't have food. I thought I was forgetting something. Mizuya asks, oh, have you seen the new trailer for the next patch of Reverse? Oh, I don't usually watch the trailers. Unless Bluepock asks me to as a content creator, or like I'm watching a streamer who watches the trailer live. I don't usually watch the trailers myself because I found that they've actually kind of like tell a little bit too much in those trailers leading into the actual patch. So I think ever since I haven't really watched the trailers. I think the only trailer I watched, like I sought out actively, was the Verumsomt anniversary trailer, and that was it. Because I'd heard that the 3D animation was just that good, and so I like actively searched for it and watched that. All the other trailers, when I see it on my homepage, I'm like, okay, scroll past that. I'm not going to think about that, and then move on. Unless again, another streamer I'm watching ends up watching it live on stream, which has not been super common since there aren't too many people, streaming Reverse 999. That's not just the content. Very few people here on Twitch or on YouTube doing the live reactions to trailers. Before it was Neo Suez and GSC Nation, who I would watch like react to the live trailers, but Nemo hasn't really been streaming Reverse lately. I think maybe because they've been busy with life, or Steam at all generally. And MJ has been busy with their book, so that makes sense. So I'd watch them when the patch dropped, or I skip them also. I would watch them after I play the event story. Usually, if I'm like usually because I'm working on a video, and I'd be using like the trailer footage to like make an animation meme or a music video. Yeah, I'd imagine. They always do. I don't care about. So I figured this out about myself. I don't care about spoilers if people want to like have a conversation with me and talk with me. I do care about spoilers if it's a promotional spoiler for something that I am going to experience anyway. So like, for example, if someone in chat were to come in right now and say like, oh, by the way, Arcana's going to be playable in like 3.7, I'm going to be a little bit peeved, but you know, it's kind of like, what can you do? The CN is out, so we might as well talk about it now that I know it. But if like, but if I like see on the homepage that there's a picture of Arcana and the words 3.9 or whatever, I'll just like scroll past it and like try not to think about it too hard. And you can't put that genie back in that bottle, right? For pretty much anything else, I'm like, oh cool, let's talk about the plot of this movie that came out a couple weeks ago, or this movie that came out years and years ago, or like this piece of media, right? I don't think. Oh, yeah, I have food here. Yes. Good God. Good God, y'all. But I think it's been reversed specifically where I've been invested enough and there is so much information in the CN versus global that I do kind of care, at least a little bit, about the promotional content that gets released that I am not seeking out. Because I feel like it gives away too much. She told me it's a secret, whether that was her new outfit or something else. Oh, probably her talking about being an alien. You feel like the day are kind of become stable as the day that the game sort of ends? Okami, I would argue not, but that's part of like the story of the main story going into 2.0, right? There are a lot of interesting things about Arcana and morally gray character general in Reverse 999 that makes it difficult, makes it very easy, rather, for the game to continue, even if they make those characters playable. Arcana becoming playable is not the end of the story, because even though Arcana is like established as the big bad, the true evils and the allure of Reverse 999 and its story doesn't rely on having a conventional bad guy. This is a world where child labor is common and easily exploited. Magic is real, but everyone's raised against it for some reason. And the world of Reverse 999, for as technologically advanced as it is, with like its retrofuturism, is still very archaic in its way of thinking about the value of human life. That even if some of their bad guys are currently and become playable, there is still a lot that they can draw on for their stories. In the kind of like nebulous way that they've established that it's not just people who are bad guys, it's the world itself. Let's see. Mizuya says, must have been the storm situation. He was that regard, it's like Arknights. Yeah. I don't know the story of Arknights, so I couldn't really tell you more about that, but from what I've heard, I guess. Reverse 999 is very much not a simple good versus evil story. So I think it will survive even if they make it kind of playable. You kind of think Blue Paw could explore a whole lot more when it comes to world building. Yeah. Sadly, people don't like Three Doors as much. They prefer combat stuff. So, you know. If more people play like the puzzle element stuff, maybe Blue Paw would do more of the story things for like outside world building, or what do you call this? Engage with like certain story elements without like being critical but not too negative. But that's asking a lot, because again of the way that Reverse writes their stories, between the morally gray and the kind of like ambiguous nature of working for the lesser of two evils in this world. You don't play, you keep up with the story. So it's more like a good versus evil sometimes, evil. Yeah, I got the idea, yeah. I feel like whenever we're playing in Reverse 99, it's not good versus evil, but rather it is bureaucracy versus chaos. And chaos isn't necessarily evil. I mean, it mostly is in the way that the Manus are, like most Manus members are like doling it out. Hello, like Arcana Supremacy. But the Foundation isn't much better. As far as we know, both Manus and the Foundation are morally gray, especially the Foundation. Yep. May the peace be with us, whatever the cost, no matter who we have to sacrifice. Hello, postmodernism of ambiguity. In your eyes, it's the thesis versus antithesis, and Vertin being the synthesis. Well, observer for most of the time, right? It's part of the reason why I see Matilda as the secondary protagonist of the story, is because so much of the stories and event stories have Matilda as like your main focus, or around her family, like with Beryl, letting you kind of see from the inside of the Foundation system, like how a person sees themselves, and how how they kind of like are perceived by the rest of the world, right? Hang on, I gotta pull up my template. Emphasis on no matter the cost. Mm-hmm. We're slashing prices, cause you got vices that come in a variety of sizes. I see a meal. Only one of us is getting a steal. Did you know if you spend money, your kids will love you maybe? We're slashing prices. It's brutality. Makes you question my morality. So our doors are open to the public. Don't you want it? For us capitalists, we are honest. Come for the scope and the grandeur, 'cause our doors are open. Trembling is part of the allure. Yes, our doors are open to you. Oh, right. It's in the different folder. That's why. Could've shopped any day, but you chose today. It's no wonder. It was a number, know your place in line. And we're not liable for anyone who dies. I'll gladly take your money now. Don't with the tummy, oh don't we all, and here is how you get the very thing you want. The highest of holidays comes but once a year. I'm not talking about a fat man and his reindeer. It's a creme brulee on Turkey Day that requires a bottle of pepper spray. Did you know if you spend money, 400 on average, quite seriously. It's a factoid. You can escape, boy. Where all your checks are null and void. When our doors are open. Is on the market. Your net worth is in my back pocket. And it weighs my pants down. So our doors first open. An annual entrepreneur. Yes, our doors are open. Our doors are open. Yes, our doors are open to you. Give us your frickin' money. It's where it's at. Oh, I like to touch my money. Your kids will love you, maybe. We're slashing prices. It's insanity. We have any morality. And our doors are open. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, on the server most of the time. Right. A passive protagonist. I mean, even if you're not ending the event, there's examples of that kind of stuff between Yao and the people in. Yep, it is a constant theme of the story. I will lie to you. The struggle of working within a system versus the alternative, right? Like, what even is the alternative to a system that lets people down that much, you know? 'Cause it's not enough to just say, oh, you know, down with the man, down with the system. You gotta have an alternative. And both in real life and in reverse, our options are, unfortunately, limited. I know I can treat you better than he can. The second you say you like me too, it's gonna give you the best of that I'm missing to wake up with you. Thing you need, oh, this could be so different. 'Cause I know I can treat. You see, I should drink water. 1 moment. Better than he can. Better than he can. Better than he. If you decide, take my hand, we'll be fine. I'll miss, I'll let you down. Just know that you don't have to do this alone. I'll miss, I'll never let you down. I know I can treat you better than he can, and any girl like you deserves a gentleman. Tell me, are we wasting time on all your wasted pride when you could be with me instead? I know I can treat you better than he can. Oh, better than he can. Okay, I'm going down 1 block. Oh, I'm out of light blue. White and blue tie. Oh, I definitely forgot to pack some glass in here. That's okay. We'll make do what we got. You make me looking at that heaven in your eyes. I was chasing your affection. I was telling you no lies, and I was loving you. Any word you say, baby, I lost my way. And in the world of people, there's only you and I. There ain't nothing come between us in the end. Your question, wake up in mind. Only you can see it through. Hello, Sarlacc. Welcome in. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me one, try me across the floor. Shadow dancing. For a second there, I was like, oh, is that your song starting already? But no, Before Dawn is just doing a bit. And decaf, welcome to my own stream. Welcome everyone. Doing my best to mimic MJ.
I'm not angry.
Welcome
really
all, welcome friends.
Official, can you
Welcome to the stream. Folks, please get a thumbs up chat and follow Sarlacc over on his channel. He is a DJ, also a player of various video games, including Minecraft, and several other like RPG type games, and is a fellow flesh tuber here on Twitch. Uses the flesh model here on Twitch with that, what do you call it, like Chimera? Chimera, yeah. I'm also a flesh tuber, as you can see. Tencent, you were silenced by the Star Child. What do? You just have to be silenced. Them's the rules. Okay. Oh. So we're gonna want to put down purple glass right here, and then light blue all the way down there. Okay. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. You're seeing Star Wars reminiscent of Frank Sinatra. Ah, I see. I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure if that's, like, something I'm aspiring for necessarily, because I'm not the biggest fan of Frank Sinatra. But, I guess in terms of, like, singing with a deeper voice, that's kind of, like, the default of the comparison. It's not that I don't like Frank Sinatra, it's just that I have many other like singers who sing in the same style that I much prefer. Like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, you know, Frankie Valli. I find Frank Sinatra's songs hard to sing because of the way that he plays around with the rhythm of the song. And that is a little bit less accessible to me. So whenever I like hear a Frank Sinatra song and I think about like trying to sing it, I always get a little bit confused because of the way that it's played. But I guess that's kind of part of it, isn't it? The whole thing with that style of music is that it doesn't always consistently follow the same, like the normal kinds of rhythm, not the same, the normal kinds of rhythm. I say quite Voyager. Yeah, that's the rules. You love John Paul Larkin, still do. We are right above Shelly's house, as you can see. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream, little dream of me. This is Doris Day. Sing nighty night and kiss me. Ah, Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah. Wait, is Fly Me to the Moon a Frank Sinatra song? Yes, it was a Frank Sinatra original. Yeah, that's a good one. Scatman John. Indeed, I do. Although I am not into ska as much or Scatman. But yeah, I knew who you were talking about. Too much technical skill for me to really get into it. A lot of the music I like is music I can actually sing, you know? I think it's why I'm not a big a fan of like metal or heavy metal music or hard rock, is because our technical songs are kind of out of my range. And so it's harder for me to kind of like grasp those kind of music and then relate to it. Like with anime music, I didn't used to like really enjoy anime music as much until I started trying to learn like how to actually sing it. And then I was able to appreciate it a little bit more until it became like until I understood that anime music isn't really a genre by itself. It's just, you know, music sang in Japanese, but it still like goes under the same general umbrella, so it's very varied. One of the few like hard rock songs that I like is an anime song too. Okay, any song by Millie. But like the Goblin Slayer OP is like one of my favorites. But it goes just slow enough that I can pick up on what's being said and understand, and therefore, kind of the thing I was mentioning, like grasping one, two, what the song is about and how I can then relate to it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hard rock? Yeah, it had to be hard. J-pop would be the term you're looking for. Not necessarily. Again, it depends on the like the show, because again it's very broad. There's J-pop, city pop, and then there is disco funk that I like in the Japanese like song genre, and then there is like ballad music in Japanese music that I like as well, and I'm like coming off the top of my head. The middle music counts as metal, but only like very specific instances. I have a slightly harder time getting into like idol music, but if it's idol music I've listened to a few times to like better understand that, it's easier for me to like get into. With some exceptions, like I didn't like the Promised Neverland OP. I know, unpopular opinion, because I didn't like the way that they use distortions to kind of like muffle out the sound. But I easily got into Your Idol from K-pop Demon Hunters, right? So I think you're like half right. That I do like J-pop, but not all of the Japanese music I like is J-pop, if that makes sense. Sonic says I haven't tried singing any hardcore songs in a long time. Not sure if I could even pig squeal anymore. Yeah. Another one of my favorite like songs that is harder for me to grasp in that sense, but I really like, is Parasite the Maxims opening. What was it called? Something in Las Vegas. What's the name of the Parasite the Maxim OP? Let me hear. No. Loathing in Las Vegas is the other name of it. Yes. Fear and Loathing. Thank you, Mizuya. That's the one. Although goodness knows, when it comes to the screamo part, I just kind of tune out a little bit. Like I get what they're going for, and I'm like, this is the part of the song that I can no longer relate to. Mad World. Also, it helps that the song is kind of like semi in English. Yeah, I love that OP. Let Me Hear or Fear and Loathing. That's the one. I think I was first able to really appreciate it when I heard Nate Wants to Battle's English cover of it, and then went back and listened to the original song, and I was like, oh wait, this is like mostly in English anyway. You should come back to anime songs for nostalgia purposes. Yeah. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Think I found a new friend. You're a fan of the Noragami OP. Hyoran Hey Kids. Ah, that's a good one. Funny enough, I know that song, but I actually haven't watched Noragami. Every time I'm about to start watching Noragami... Actually, I don't know why I haven't started yet. It's just one of those things, you know, where you like put on a list, but then you never get around to it. Because I know it's good. And I've like heard the OP a couple of times now, so I know that's gonna be a banger too. I don't know why I haven't watched Noragami yet. The pitter patter of your feet. I will send the children back to sleep. Good morning, Zuar. The anime isn't a bad watch. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Crime is over. I think similarly to Mizuya here, there is a nostalgia element tied to my enjoyment of certain songs. And I think that's normal for most folks. Like one of the easiest examples I can think of is the Soul Eater opening. There's two Soul Eater openings, right? There's opening 1, and then there is I forgot, Paper Moon? No, Paper Moon is the second one. What is the first one called? Soul Eater OP. Resonance, yes, there we go. There's Resonance and then there's Paper Moon. And most people say that Paper Moon is better, but I heard Resonance way more. And so got more attached to Resonance. That to this day, I can like easily recall the tune and the lyrics of Resonance. But if you ask me to like from memory try to remember Paper Moon, I'll take a minute. Missouri says, man, me too. But I think in my case, because I've binge watched a ton of anime back in the day and I just got burnt out. Ah, yeah. That happens. Duar here. Hope you're having a good day. I think you guys were celebrating Shiny's birthday yesterday. Hope it was nice. Time to break your fingers playing a rhythm game. Gonna lock in real quick. Alright, good luck, Okami. 1, 2, 3. The only anime you enjoyed the last time you watched it was Mashle, Magic and Muscle. Ah, I see. For me right now, this season I am watching Mashle Kill Blue. No, not Mashal. With Story 1 and Sword. Sorry. I confused with Story 1 and Sword Mashal. Totally different anime. It's about a non-magical person who goes to the school full of wizards and like fights everyone. But like it is able to like overpower all of these magic people with pure muscle strength. Completely different anime. Let's see. With Story 1 and Sword, Kill Blue, Marriage Toxin, Snowball Earth, Analysis of My Fiance, Iruma-kun Season 4, Ascendance of Bookworm Season 3, I'm trying to remember, like, the Cheats Kill Another World, Farming Life Another World Season 2, there's a couple more. Oh, Classroom of the Elite Season 4. What else am I watching right now? Free Run Season 2 or Season 3? I forget what season we're on right now. And there's a couple more whose names I'm forgetting that I'm currently watching this season. But it's less than usual, right? I think maybe because there are so many like shonen anime I'm watching specifically, I am like watching less than I usually do. Usually when I'm watching like anime in a season, I am watching romantic comedy and shoujo ai anime, but there hasn't been a lot of those to go around in this particular season. It's mostly been shonen, which I enjoy shonen in small doses. For me, I kind of have my eyes glazed over when I'm like watching action scenes, unless they're like really tied to the story of the character and like that gets me invested. But something like, and there's a hot take, Jujutsu Kaisen, for example, I have a hard time getting into because Jujutsu Kaisen feels so much like action for action's sake that I'm slowly but surely kind of like losing interest. Whereas something like Chainsaw Man, even though it is like gratuitously violent, every single fight is thematic and tied to each character. Then I'm able to like keep focus when the fight scenes happen. It's weird, I know, but it is like how my brain functions, weirdly enough. And also, like, Jujutsu Kaisen has a bad habit of, for lack of a better word, it's bury your gays, but they're not necessarily gay. You know, it's killing off the character for dramatic effect, but it's not necessarily servicing the story. So I've had trouble like keeping up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I had to like take several breaks as I was watching it because I couldn't like it couldn't hold my interest. It doesn't help when Gege hates HJK, but you know, turn off brain action. Yeah. Like I enjoy solo leveling to a point. After I started reading the web novel, right, of Solo Leveling, and you know, like most people, you get into webtoons because you're looking for that popcorn, right? You're looking for that kind of turn your brain off, you know, video game elements, actions type stuff, and then they translate it to anime, and I'm like, cool. I know where all the story beats are going, and I know that the first like episode really hooks people, hinting at maybe a deeper story of like struggle and like trying to outsmart what should be unwinnable situations. And it is true to an extent, but the main character of Solo Leveling doesn't really struggle in that sense for the rest of the anime. So it kind of creates like this weird dissonance of the initial expectations of the first episode versus what we end up getting, like par for the entire anime. But yeah, I enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen. I enjoy Solo Leveling and Jujutsu Kaisen kind of on the same level of like when the action comes on, yay, fun. But with Jujutsu Kaisen, it's harder because I know that they're really trying to make a compelling drama and like tie the fights to the characters, but it's just not happening in the same way that I think they're really going for. Whereas Solo Leveling, I can be like, these character stories is not there to like further a narrative. It is there to make the main character look cooler. So I'm somehow more forgiving of Solo Leveling than I am with Jujutsu Kaisen, weirdly enough. Duar says it's today actually, but he's not up yet. Oh, okay. So it's like celebrating the birthday stream yesterday, but the actual birthday is today. Okay, that makes sense. You're playing a map for the song Veracity by Myth and Royd. Man, that's a good song. Yeah, Myth and Royd's awesome. Excuse me. Yeah, I think in total right now, I'm watching about 19 anime, which is like really low for me in a season. Overlord is a pretty good watch. Overlord is a pretty good watch. It's an even better read, which I think kind of ruined my experience. Because reading Overlord versus watching Overlord is like berserk levels of quality. The Overlord novel is so good, and the anime does not live up to it. Yeah, for those who don't know, I am a novel reader first, and then I watch a lot of like anime adaptations of the novels. So I got to read Overlord back in, was it 2014 or 2013? Back when it was a web novel on Setsuka, and then later as a light novel series.
You found me.
Translated by Sky of the Wood Translations. And so when the anime came out and the art style was just, oh boy. Like the music's a banger, the voice acting is pretty good, but it could be better, especially for the main character. And like they cut out so many of like the important like plot building scenes in favor of like I know it is a grimdark, but it does feel a little bit like shock value visuals, with the kind of like stretchy, putty art style that you see in specific off-brand anime. I was like, oh, well, it's a good anime, but it could have been so much better, you know? But that's my opinion, you know? If you enjoy the Overlord anime, you know, more power to you, but I much prefer watching the I much prefer reading the manga. I much prefer reading the light novel and the web novel. Like a lot of things to do with Sebas, for example, like goes over a lot better in the novelization versus the anime. Oh, ad time. I'll see you guys after the ad. So I'll talk with the YouTube chat for a bit. The more you grow old, the more debatable. Ain't that just the way? Ain't that just the way? 1, 2. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My dreams come true. Oh, this should be purple. Hello, MJ. Welcome in.
Hello, Decaf. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, wait. So can they? One moment. Okay, now they can't hear you. Had the setting turned on, but muted the VC now. All good. Excuse me. I'll just pop out your chat. I don't know if there's going to be people necessarily for a couple of streams, like the first 40 or 50. But I mean, you already know this from like anytime I mention the YouTube stream being surprisingly active. But I don't know, you do have like a cat VTuber model, and though you identify as non-binary, the like lighter toned voice that people like have an easier time latching on to. So that might help. Yeah. Okay, I have your YouTube chat open now as well, so I can monitor both. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like Grace Kelly, but all the looks were too sad. So I tried little Freddy. I've got identity, man. Gotta be glad, gotta be blue, gotta be violet sky. I can be purple, I can be anything you like. Welcome back, Okami. Welcome back to the ads. It is in my vocal range to sing this song, but I have to like have running start, you know what I mean? Okay, catching up on chat here. Overall, it's a pretty good watch, although watch first and read it. Berserk is a great read, but it's hella dark. Yeah, it is a grim dark fantasy. Yeah, Berserk is a pretty great read. You gotta be in the right headspace for it, though. Mm-hmm. Naughty cells as you shall want. Would you want? Gotta be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. Gotta be green, gotta be mean, gotta be everything more. Do you like me? Why don't you like me? Walk out the door. No, I could be violet sky. You like me, purple, I could be anything you like. You gotta be everything more. Do you like me? Why don't you like me? Walk out the door. You got the cross eyes of this ghost here, as you do. Okay, I'm gonna switch playlists here to the instrumental, so I'm not too tempted to sing along to it and, you know, have a human conversation with the people around me instead. Except when you see things like that, and I like have the urge to talk to you. Exactly what I'm talking about. Ah, Genopoly number 5. Excellent piece. X marks the spot. Okay, we'll have to ask Sunny later, if Sunny logs in, if it can see that the eyes are X's, or if I need to reshape this a little bit. Let's see. Obviously, since I'm standing right on top of it, it's harder for me to tell. Yeah, MJ is now live on YouTube. I'm one of those people who can't stand but to sing along when the song I know comes up. Yeah. Yes, to a point. I am able to control myself a little bit. If I'm like hyper focused enough, but the ADHD, you guys know this about me. Part of my stim is singing. It's kind of part and parcel of my particular blend of ADHD. So when a song I know comes up and I know the lyrics, I'm like, ah, yes, it's my time. Ah, yeah. And then the chorus, hey, Macarena. 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 Okay. Mizuya says, oh yeah, I have to prove my existence. Vibing 100. Mm-hmm. Sweet Dreams Are Made of These is playing right now, but I'll be pausing it shortly to welcome in the spring music. Just MK's welcome song. It is spring now, right? Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be. This is the music that plays in Kahoot when you're running out of time. Not. Yeah, it's Frankie Valli's. Not Frankie Valli. It's Eurythmics. Sweet Dreams. Why did I say Frankie Valli? That's completely different. Yeah, yeah. I listen to the mashup of Kahoot and Sweet Dreams a lot. It's gonna be May. Well, I suppose YouTube has no idea what I'm talking about because I have the YouTube track for Spotify muted. So whenever I like sing along to the Spotify music or the backing track and stuff, um, yeah, it'll just be a cappella. Yeah. Yeah, but basically I made the VOD track the same as the Chrome track because YouTube is a lot more litigious about playing music on stream. Like so much more litigious about it. I had one stream get stopped midway through because I was playing one song. So after that I was like, okay, all music that has lyrics in it just goes through the track that doesn't get played on YouTube.
Just in time. Just in time. Please come somewhere else, Embercat. Chat. Sweet chat. Glorious chat. Beautiful chat. Wondrous chat. Spectacular chat. Firefly, firefly in first day. Firefly 9, welcome in. Welcome in first. Welcome. to the stream. Decaf, welcome. Okami Chronicle, welcome. And welcome to the stream. Welcome, Ember Cat, blocking my camera. That's why my mouth doesn't move and my eyes. Elena Cat, welcome in. Welcome, Yuppers, Peppers, and Cedius Son, and Mom J in the background. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Welcome, Ember Cat, who jumped up on the desk just in time to block my VTube model from moving on my first day on YouTube streaming. Thanks, Ember Cat, for that. Great, but I don't think there's anyone over there. And you guys are used to it over here on Twitch. You're used to Ember Cat's Ember Cat controlling the model. Welcome, welcome in, friends. Please click the heart at the top of your chat and follow the wonderful Decaf NVIDIA, who is in the VC with me, and I will unmute that now. Welcome in, welcome Decaf. Ho ho ho, hey, Okami Chronicle over in my YouTube chat. Mwahaha, says Okami Chronicle. Decaf, how are you today?
Hello.
My friend.
Sweet
Hello.
love, starfire.
Hey Sarlacc, hello. Welcome, welcome. Cedius-san, I would say that Decaf stream is never the wrong stream.
Oh, I would agree
While it
with
is
you,
true that
CDSN.
at that time, at that moment, I was in fact singing a welcome song. Decaf stream is never the wrong stream.
I think maybe
So hello,
CDSN
welcome
thinks
in.
that like if they're in my stream, you won't sing their name. Maybe.
Oh, as long as it's in the shared chat, I'll sing it. As long as if I see it, I sing it. Basically, if I see it in my chat, I sing it. So if you're in the shared chat and we've got the shared chat going, you should be good to get in the song.
Yeah, but like if you want to
I
reserve your
do.
seat, you have better chance of being in MJ's chat.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. If I suppose in some future time where Decaf's chat is so full of names, and my chat is so full of names that only a handful can make it into the opening song. There used to be days like that way back, way back in the olden times when I was a Genshin streamer and people like came to my stream in greater numbers.
Rest in peace, Genshin. It was a good game.
Sometimes everyone wouldn't make it into the song, and I would be like hurrying to try to get everybody in. But it's been a long time since it's been like that for me. And I suspect it will be a long time before it's like that for me again. But I'm hopeful for Decaf, who is like really diligently building up their presence everywhere, and as a reverse 1999
Like
content
a
creator and
toxic
everything.
spill that you can't
Like
that you can't seem to get rid of, you know?
oh my goodness.
Or like what do you call this? British petroleum plant. Just like
Oh
I
my
am
goodness.
slowly
Oh my
seeping
goodness.
into your airwaves. Call me the radio demon,
You
because I
guys,
just
please
can't
click
get out
on
of
the
your
top of your chat
ears.
and follow Firefly. Actually, I really love the radio demon, but uh
I
how's
did not
everyone
know
doing?
Firefly streamed.
Firefly rated me recently is the only reason I know. That was the only reason I knew that. And Okami in the YouTube chat asks, am I related to other Okami? Only Decaf knows. They probably won't let that secret slip. Yeah, they probably won't. Just like BP gets everywhere. It's highly sought after.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sarlacc, how are you today? How are you, my friend? I don't think you made it into the song, however. Sarlacc deserves a song.
Gets everyone's heart is sought after.
Anyway, Sarlacc. Sarlacc. That was gonna be a high note, but I chickened out.
Mm-hmm.
Sarlacc. Oh, there we go. That was the note it was gonna be. Like, apparently I can sing that at the moment.
Yeah.
Sarlacc.
I feel like there should be a trumpet behind you. Yeah, like that.
Like that.
Okay, now that you're here, MJ, would you be so kind as to go into
Yes.
sleep? As to go to sleep, rather?
Uh,
Not in real life, in the game.
One moment, please.
I actually
was
wasn't
hanging out here in the
sure,
water where there are no
um,
beds. So let me.
we should
go put a
reach
bed in the
we should
water.
broach this topic. I wasn't sure if you were going to even like play Minecraft today. Because I kept
I
saying over and
wasn't sure
over yesterday,
either.
but I wasn't sure if like you were getting my message. Because you were like really
no,
hyper focused.
I got your message. I got your message. I think at the end.
Yeah,
I got your message at the very end.
I had to say it like
I
5
saw your
different
message.
times, but you got
Yeah,
it. Good.
yeah. I think it was like when I was like basically practically off stream,
Mhm.
like practically ending stream, and it all of a sudden was like, oh, ho ho ho.
Yeah, I was saying, hey MJ, you don't have to play Minecraft tomorrow if you're like really focused on this deadline. But here you are.
Well, I wasn't sure I was going to, and then I was like, you know what though, like. DF has their nice stream set up, and like I want to try to stream to YouTube for the first time ever, and
Oh,
I
YouTube
thought
chat's
a
moving.
Minecraft stream.
Ah, okay, that's okay.
Mine is? Yeah, it's
Welcome me being here, being super
it's my one
supportive.
YouTube chatter supporter. Thank you. I appreciate. By the way, you guys, go subscribe to my YouTube. And you too could hop chats. Oh, hey, Decaf. My YouTube has very few subscribers at this time. Here is where it is for those
Exactly,
who
okay,
want to
in
know.
game. Mhm.
MJBZ. And just so you guys know, I do have plans to rebrand my Twitch channel at long last. I'm trying to give everybody a warning about the fact that it's going to happen in the near future. I haven't set the exact date, and you know, I am me, so while I should set an exact date and tell you guys exactly when it's going to happen, it could be more like it's going to happen soon, and then one day it suddenly happens.
Ah, oof. That's
But I
exactly what
am
you don't
giving
want
you
to do.
warning.
That's the worst
Well,
thing
what
you
I
could
didn't do
do.
last time was not even give any warning. I don't know when to set it to be. I don't want it to be that far away.
How about June
Um,
19 for no reason?
no, that's too far. I want it to be in May. How about
May 32.
how about oh. I should have said it for today. This is the fake birthday that the Social Security office used to think my birthday was, but isn't. But I finally got that fixed.
You spent too much
At long
time,
last.
what do you call this? Hemming and hawing about it, that the timing for that passed.
Yeah, that is the truth. That is the truth. I don't know. You're
Been
famous, you're on
there.
live TV, Okami Chronicle in YouTube. Woo! I should have put I don't have like the one thing I didn't do. I don't know if it's too late to do it. 'Cause I'm not sure where to do it if I was doing it. If I go in Alright, that's where I'm live streaming. If I go into my channel, I don't have any tags or anything set up for this stream, and I don't know if I need to.
I kind of gave up on tags, to be honest.
They
I-
might not work.
I have the same tags that I've had since 2 years ago. Sorry, almost more than a year ago for YouTube, because like it's too much of a hassle to like think of new tags every single time. And actually, it's like
Yeah.
counterproductive because you're spending too much time thinking about what tags to put.
Thinking about tags.
Yeah,
Like if I go
especially like
into, if I
trying
go
to
my
put
live
tags on stream. Like that's kind of like the
edit this?
least interesting thing you can do on stream is like
Yeah.
talk about things that people can't see and won't like affect
Like,
the
right, like figuring
entertainment
out
of
my
the stream.
tags, for instance.
Yeah.
I also need to make a better
I mean,
I
I guess unless you're like
in
sharing your browser right now, so that could work.
not, am I?
No, you're
No,
not.
right? No. No. Phew.
I'm saying if you want to make it entertaining, you would have to share your
Uh,
browser.
right, I have to share my browser. I also need to like make a like an actual thumbnail for something. I in out of desperation, I just used um like the image that I have for Twitch, which isn't like the right aspect ratio and
Mhm.
stuff. So I need to do something about that. But
Yeah.
at the moment, this is where we are. Oh, I see. I have too many things in there. Stream
I've kind of just
setting.
gone the route of like having one thumbnail for the rotation in a week. So like it's the same Minecraft thumbnail every single time. Even though
Yeah.
like Night of the Cat was already playing actively. At least they're in there.
Oh, did it have like the Catboy on there and stuff, like the people who
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah.
play regularly were on that? Ah, yeah.
It does
I
have
think I remember
Elena
when
in
you
it.
made that.
But I don't know if it has.
Oh, nice.
I know it has everyone. It has Tangerine, Sarlacc, and the others. Okay, so everyone's in it.
Might not have Shelly, but I would say she doesn't exactly play regularly at
Yeah.
this time. She
And
has
Shelly's a very
she
recent
has an
addition.
area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas something like AI the Somnium Files, I like maybe should update the thumbnail because it was a thumbnail I decided on before I started playing about 3 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Also, I should think of a new Final Fantasy 15 one because the current thumbnail I have is fine, but I could make a better one. But yeah, the point being, a thumbnail in rotation rather than, a unique thumbnail every single live stream because the
Every
live streams
single stream.
themselves, their thumbnails don't matter as much because
Right. Because
they're
people
like
aren't
a
tuning
rotation.
in.
Yeah, yeah. People are tuning in live, not usually post stream unless
Not-
it's like a
not
special
watching the-
occasion.
Right.
Sarlacc was not aware of this YouTube channel? Ah, yes.
It is relatively new to be active. Like I've had it for a while, but it's relatively new that I actually did anything with it.
Mhm.
And I started doing things with it when I uploaded what's the words I'm looking for? The live stream that I did for my book launch. And I also have, where do you suppose I put? I know there's another one of these around. Maybe it's over here. And I intend to put more like that there. And then I also, at one point, put my, it's not there. I have a second, somewhere I have a second fortune pickaxe over here.
Mm.
But where did it end up? Where did it end up? Maybe, maybe over here.
Where did it come from? Where did it go?
And I probably put it here. This is a
Where's
place
it
where I
going,
have
Cotton
no
Eye
idea.
Joe?
Though actually, does a fortune hoe? Fortune hoe was the word I was looking for, not pickaxe. Does a fortune hoe give you fortune with nether wart?
I don't know.
Or
Try it.
do I need a different? Is the hoe the right instrument to have fortune on for the nether wart?
Want me to find out?
Yes. Elena says yes.
Where does Elena say yes? Oh, in the Minecraft chat.
In the Minecraft chat, yeah.
Okay. My Minecraft chat doesn't work half the time, so I don't always see it.
Anyway, yeah. So Sarlacc, I have more. Just Mr. GC is has a little bit stalled out editing them, but he will get to it. He's just uh been having some personal like difficulties lately,
Mhm.
like some, you know, some depression. I'm sure people can sympathize and perhaps even like empathize and perhaps relate sometime. But yeah, I
Cauterize,
realized that. Yeah,
all the
cauterize the
eyes
wounds.
words.
And then I
Metastasize. Yeah,
also
yeah.
I had put the trailer. I had originally posted the trailer for my book on Two Cats Writing because I realized that my channel, my MJBC channel, didn't really have any, didn't have much in the way of viewership. Oh wait, I still want this. And but then when I started kind of using the channel, then I made it into a collab
Mhm.
so that it shows up on both. Um, and because it's relevant to book things. But I also, when I was deciding, there was this whole like usual like MJ hemming and hawing, what should I do, like indecisiveness thing,
Mhm.
where I was trying to decide whether if I was going to start streaming to YouTube, um, whether I should do that to my old Genshin Support Club YouTube that has kind of, been pretty dormant, um, but was gaming and had at least like 200 subscribers, which isn't a lot, but was closer to something than this one,
Mhm.
which at my last count had 6. It's possible that that some folks have subscribed since I started the stream, like
Good job,
Sarlacc, who
people.
didn't know it existed. And if that in fact is something that you did, thank you. Um,
Oh yeah, I had to
but
unsubscribe and subscribe again, so that the view count would look like it goes up.
I see. Oh yeah, there's Sarlacc over in my YouTube chat
Yeah,
right
Sarlacc
now.
says Meeb or maybe.
Did I know Voyager is adorable? A Common Chronicle? Yes. I did know that.
Okami says, Decaf, if your life has a series of embarrassing moments, you might want to avoid getting a job that involves revisiting the past. You know, like a historian. Did I say anything about my life being a series of embarrassing moments? If I did, it's true. I don't remember saying it just now, actually.
Do I have anything? I feel like I might. Oh yeah. Though I might
Okay,
want to keep
alright.
some of this in here. Nah. We'll smelt.
You were the one who dealt it, because you smelt it.
Apparently. You caught me, Decaf. You caught me.
Maybe I should just put the crafting table in the shulker box. Amazing, I have one more slot to use.
Oh, hey, Sarlacc. I can't remember when you've been here. Have you seen my beacon? Now it is faster to walk through certain portions of my halls, of my hallways.
I haven't been able to dive to the beacon yet, but I'll find a way.
Good morning, Michael. There's a beacon maintenance shaft over here. It's quite a ways down. Boop, boop, boop. There we are. Looky look. Whee! So it's set for extra speed. I would love to eventually get more of these and spread the extra speed around more.
Oh yeah, sorry, I can probably say. Does the extra speed actually affect if you're flying? I noticed as I was flying to the beacon, I got the extra speed thing, and I wasn't sure if, like, that was doing anything for me. Damn, you suddenly went silent.
Michael says, haven't seen you all week. How did the deadline go? It went great. I have a new deadline. It went well, and I already got my notes back from my editor, and the new deadline is Monday. But I decided to still play Minecraft today, at least for a little bit. I may not go way over playing Minecraft, because I may need to switch to. But it went well, and the deadline is Monday again. But I don't think this one's gonna take an all-nighter. Like, if I've miscalculated at all, like how long these things are gonna take for me to do, maybe I have to stay up a little late on Sunday, like oopsie daisy. But I actually don't think that's gonna happen even. I think I'll get it done in a reasonable amount of time. We'll see. I did get an idea yesterday, all of a sudden, of how to make something better that I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, my editor is so fast. And partly they have to be because the publishing timeline, my publisher's timelines are shorter than the norm. Are, so like the amount of time that passes between like acquisition and publication is um way shorter than like Big Five. It's my publisher is a mid-sized indie, so they have some they're able to move a little more quickly because they don't need sign-offs from like a zillion executives. It's, like a guy who is the publisher. Um and my editor, I'm sure that part of how they're so good at their job at my particular publisher is how fast they work. And so while I'm feeling like, oh my God, this timeline is like really fast, and like I'm struggling to make my deadlines, or to, I haven't missed any so far, and my editor thanked me for that recently, which was nice. For like being making my deadline. But the internal deadline is also really soon. But when I think about what my editor must go through, my editor is editing multiple books at a time, like on a schedule, but it's a very tight schedule. Um, Working with multiple authors, plus, reading things to acquire and reading our proposals for our options and stuff like that. And so, however fast, like terrifyingly fast and difficult it seems to me, I feel like my editor has it like 12 zillion times harder. So I can uh appreciate I can appreciate that for sure. Um so I thought today I might continue work since and I do still a little bit though have book brain. Um And I thought, oh, first I want to go over to, first I want to take a quick trip to the iron farm. Actually, let's make sure I have, well, you know what? If I need an empty shulker, I can borrow one from the shop on the way. Because I think these are a little, maybe I can clean these out before I go. I want to go pick up some iron from the iron farm and also wax that golem. That's over there. First, there's probably some stuff I can offload from these shulkers that are supposed to be for carrying things around, and not for housing all the things that are in here. Oh my God, okay. I can give some of this stuff eventually to my little guys, but first I'll... A bunch of these things were when I was working on Shelly's, and they probably don't need to be here anymore. Because at the moment, I'm not doing anything over at Shelly's. So, let's see. What can they help with? Probably dirt and grass. Maybe some trees. Snow and ice might be on a third shelf that they can't reach. Yep. All right, maybe I'll keep like some of this stuff in there is still like a good idea. Surely don't need in here. Some of that stuff might be useful stuff to have. I think the lapis lazuli maybe is also on a high shelf. Yeah, maybe it's here. I could have given that to the little guys, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And the diamond goes upstairs. In here. Did I accomplish my goals for the editor? A lot of them, yeah. Like it felt like it seemed they seemed pleased with the shape it was in going into this last round before copy edits. I see what I did here. I feel like there's not going to be room for all that dirt. Oops, I didn't mean to take those trees from you, but maybe I needed to because actually maybe I need to check over here and see if make sure there's actually a spot for these trees. There is not. This poor little guy would have walked around with this forever. And actually now there's no more room in here at all. What can I do? You don't belong here. And maybe you could also go in by the sea, technically. This is getting way too full. And maybe even these could go there. They all sort of, they're in the water usually, not the deep water, but... So folks in chat, how are you doing today? By the way. Okay. I'll keep some of this, but most of this can go back into some of this. Might run out of room for that. These guys might eventually be sad about it. Elena says she's doing pretty good. Michael says, due to last weekend's rain, Mother's Day landscaping at sister-in-law's was canceled, so we're doing it today. I see. So manual labor today is what I'm taking away from this. It's Michael's day of manual labor. Collection of stuff in here. Emphasis on the man. I see. Actually, I'll take that.
Hello, Lonely Tree. Welcome in.
Go.
Folks, please go ahead at the heart of the chat and follow Lonely Tree over on his channel. He is a fellow
Tree, welcome
reverse 1999 streamer, also playing a variety of gacha games as well.
That's in decaf.
So you go ahead and click the heart of the chat and give him a follow.
In case Decap also wants to say
Yes, sorry.
hello. Oh, Lonely Tree.
Yes, sorry. No, I still can't be heard. Okay.
What? No, you can. I said I answered you. Lonely Tree was coming in as what I told you. Can you not hear me?
Oh, I was talking earlier, but you weren't answering me, and then you started like talking about books. So I was like, okay, I'll just be silent for a bit.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said, oh, I'm just going silent, but MJ like, chat is moving, and then Michael showed up. Yeah.
Maybe this isn't something that you can do when this happens, but if you repeat a thing that you're trying to say to me is very helpful to me because I often just don't hear things. And then I don't have an opportunity to answer because I truly didn't hear. But hearing it again can help me hear it. A feed inspector, welcome in. Because I get sensory overload and have difficulty paying attention to multiple things at a time sometimes.
Yep.
Which might sound weird since I have ADHD, but it is true that I often just get like kind of lost in the weeds. But anyway, if you whatever you were saying then, like I truly did not hear it, so I didn't realize that
Yeah. I figured you were not need to hear me at that moment, so yeah, all good.
But I want to hear what you have to say though. Like that's why I would love to hear it again. Like I don't want to miss things and I don't do it on purpose. I just get overwhelmed and end
Yeah.
up not being able to take in all the stimulus at once.
Understandable. But yeah, you were talking about important book things, so I didn't want to interrupt.
You can interrupt that. How important could they have been?
It seemed pretty important. Michael's asking for an
I
update.
think well, right. I mean, I was giving the update to Michael, but like, you know, beyond that. Hello, Elena. Just passing through. I want to go to the iron farm.
How are we doing today? Lonely Tree asks. Yes. We're doing okay. I'm kind of in a little bit of a state right now, but it'll pass. Let's see. How is Minecraft? I'm not really doing too much today. I'm just working on the mural in the sky. I think about halfway through this next line here, so pretty good progress. MJ is digging a new tunnel, I think. I'm not entirely clear. There's like a lot of talk about materials, netherwort, and things that I wasn't quite clear on.
Oh, I was just because I was farming.
Okay,
I was
farming.
just I was just harvesting
Mhm.
at that time. And then I was thinking I would dig some holes because I do like to dig tunnels. I do indeed enjoy such a thing, and when I'm stressed out like I am, 'cause I'm not like super stressed about this deadline, but it's still a deadline.
Mhm.
So like and I was awake much of the night, worrying.
It's on the
Uh,
mind.
yeah, I was worrying that that my books weren't good and people weren't buying them. I don't know. Like I was having like a bad middle of the night thing. Do you guys have that where you wake up in the middle of the night and all of your worst thoughts decide to occur then
Mm,
and keep you from sleeping?
no, because when that happens, usually I get like deeper into REM sleep, and then I'm trapped in
Really?
the dream. But you know,
Do the dreams end up bad in that scenario?
not necessarily. Just like that's usually when I like turn over and then my face ends up in my pillow and I can't breathe.
Oh,
Less
that seems
like
bad.
mentally bad and more physically bad.
I see.
But like all this anxiety is in my head, like make my body move in real life.
Interesting,
I am
interesting.
when I stepped on like what do you call this? On the ground when I was younger, I had a tendency to sleepwalk if that like uh expounds on that a bit more.
Interesting. Hmm. Moonlit Umbrian Trainer, welcome in. I don't think that I have ever sleepwalked. To my knowledge, I never have, and I feel like someone would know if I had.
Hmm.
Um,
But like if you're talking about the
um,
3 a.m. thoughts of like, oh man, that's so embarrassing, or oh boy, this thing is like looming. Um,
not really.
I guess like to a point, but not in the way that you're describing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, what happens to me is I wake up in the middle of the night and then sometimes my brain obsesses over things that are current, like excessive worry about um my book sales or career or like whether or not my publisher believes my book and like excessive extreme worry about that, or sometimes it obsesses over things that happened in the past, like either like things I did wrong or like mistakes I made in the past that for the most part, like most of the time barely mattered then and certainly do not now.
Hmm.
But into my brain in that moment in the middle of the night, they are the most important thing that's ever happened. They are like horrifying truths, like things that I must fix or atone for. Like they're like it gets really intense. And uh, I don't know why that happens. Wax on. All right, we are fixing this golem forever. This golem will no longer rust and stop uh, ironing.
Here's hoping.
I'm going to take some iron back. with me. What am I doing? What am I even doing? Does this work in here? Oh yeah, it does.
Hmm. Did I mess up this patch? I think I did. It's just a little bit more complicated, I think. Hang on. Okay. I will rework this a little bit.
Do-
Yeah, I think Michael describes it well. That it isn't ADHD, it's anxiety.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, that's anxiety.
And then I think Michael's talking more about personal things that I have know nothing about. And Fiend Inspector asks how you're doing.
Fretting and mulling and spinning. Oh my. And who asked how I'm doing? Let's see. I think I answered Fiend Inspector a while back. I think. What am I doing? No. What am I doing? What am I doing? What is wrong with my brain? ADHD and anxiety often comorbid. Yeah, no, for sure. Um,
Oh, okay, now I understand. It was actually right before, so I kind of have to put things back. My brain was doing a thing.
like brains do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll leave some stacks in here in case other folks come along looking to the iron farm looking for iron. Because there's monsters nearby. I see. All right, do I just tank it? Do I just go out there and fight them?
What could
I'm leaning
possibly go
towards
wrong?
that. That's what I'm gonna do. Who's out here? Hi, monsters. Hi, guy. Come over here. Spidey, why make me hit you? I don't want to kill the spider.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like MG addressed the Pamela comment either, Michael.
Pamela? I don't even see.
I wonder if Twitch maybe automated it, because I can see it on my end.
Pamela. Oh my. Woman. That
You're
is
also like talking really
Pamela.
softly, so I might just have like missed it when you said it.
Well, I don't, I'm looking for Pamela. I don't see Pamela. Like, I truly, I'm I'm so confused.
Well, the message that Michael sent earlier was this news that you may care about MJ. One of the co-founders of Pamela's Restaurants died this past week.
Oh. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't remember Pamela's Restaurant, but I am sorry to hear it though. Oh, that's what you were talking about, the personal news that MJ might be interested in.
Hmm?
Or something, right? Is that what you were saying,
Right,
Decaf?
because I have no idea what like any of the people involved or what that is, so
Apparently I also do not.
it's not really my place to address it.
What I'm saying is I actually also do not know. Maybe that's from Pittsburgh and I just don't remember.
Mhm.
Was a breakfast restaurant that made crepe on Shady Side. Oh, why don't I remember? I just don't remember. I don't remember the name, and I don't even remember the restaurant. I don't know why though. But that's sad.
Okay, I'm gonna turn up your volume because you're really soft.
Um, I'll try to. I can try to talk louder. Sorry,
I think it's my Discord settings again.
um,
Let's see.
or I mean, maybe I'm talking quietly. It seemed
It's a little bit of that too, but like
like it felt like the just sort of quiet version of my normal. I don't know. I think I was like getting in my head about things too
Mhm.
because I feel like I've done something wrong that I don't know what it is, and so like I'm a little low key freaking out. But trying to uh, and then I'm trying to like be a person on live.
Mhm.
Um,
If you'll give me a moment, I can mask up again and get my energy back, but I'll need a moment.
that it's not necessary. I just struggling. I'm
Yeah,
struggling.
same.
And I don't understand, which is why it's an extra struggle. I truly, oh my God, no. Which, no. Okay, I can kill her if I bring this. Oof.
Okay, I have an ad break. I'm gonna go take that break actually.
Okay, okay.
I was debating with myself if I wanted to do like a full 3.5 hour stream or just cut it off at 3 hours. But from the sounds of it, I think MJ is open to playing Minecraft for longer, so
Yeah,
maybe I'll go a little bit longer too.
yeah. I definitely want to play Minecraft for sure.
But I'll be right back. I
And I'm
should go
also trying to.
reset a little bit because I am in a state right now. Be right back.
We will wait for you. Mm. Touring Tower today. Um, could we rain check that, Elena? Uh, just because I thank you so much, but I do want to see it. They had locations in Oakland and Squirrel Hill too, Michael says. Pamela's, I guess, is oh, it's a creeper. Gotta get away from that so it doesn't blow up these stairs that Tangerine made. Pretty soon I should be in a well-lit area where I will not be in danger of making creepers arrive. Finish a couple things you found. Yeah. All right, let's make it day. And then this is what's funny is I'm actually sort of near to where the tunnel that I was working on is. But I also have, well, maybe it's fine that I have shulkers full of iron blocks. Um, I can drop off some garbage here at my house over here. This is my original hideaway. When I first joined the game and discovered the wonders of lush caves. What a wonderful time that was. What a wonderful time. Let me put some of these things in a shulker. Clear up my inventory a little bit before I go dig stuff. How did I get that sugar? Do witches drop sugar? How did I get sugar? What dropped sugar? Huh. The one in Shadyside has Central American restaurant on the balcony above it named La Feria. That is incredible. I think it was here when you were. I'm sure it was. Oh, the witches do? Interesting, interesting. Hello, my sweet pets that I don't visit often enough. Wonderful to see you. See, if I could get like a speed thing in more places, that would be great. Okay, so which direction? Is it this side? I feel like it's the other side. I feel like it's over here, maybe. Or, well, could have been here. I'm gonna check where this goes. Because now that I think about it, maybe it was close to here. Because there's Sarlacc's. I feel like it's across this way. Um, so there's that hall that goes somewhere. And then somewhere is the place that goes to the blast shield. And then somewhere, not far from that, is where I was building. Was it there? Where is, if I find the place with the blast room, I'll have a better idea of where. I thought it was over here somewhere. Maybe I am in the wrong. I thought it was near this. Seem like mine. This is my tunnel. This is my tunnel. Is the other thing not like over here? I don't know why I thought it was like right over here. Oh no, it is. There it is. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I knew about the redstone, but I somehow didn't know about the sugar. Hmm. All right, this is the start of what will be. This tunnel is the start of what will be a subway system. Decaf is back, I believe.
Yes, hello. I'm back.
And I'm planning for this subway system to eventually meet up with Decaf's Emerald line.
Mhm.
and Elena's also eventually connect to Elena's above ground thing and Tangerine's uh bridge.
Yeah. Speaking of Elena, while I was gone, Elena invited you to visit and tour the tower.
Yeah, I asked if I could do it at a later that if I could take a rain check.
Okay.
And she said yes, that would give her some time to how was your break, Decaf? Do you
Yeah,
feel
good.
better?
Splash my face in some water and feeling a bit better.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Very, very glad.
Just know, folks, that for anyone who's like unaware, I do suffer from bipolar disorder, so there will be moments where I will just suddenly like flip moods, and I can't really control it, but I appreciate people's understanding when it does happen.
I am.
To quote the Amazing Digital Circus, um, it's called a manic episode, and we just got greenlit for 5 more seasons.
um, I am married to someone with the same disorder, so I am somewhat familiar, though I'm sure it manifests differently in everyone. To a certain extent.
Mhm. But yeah, I did have to raise your volume a bunch because you're like really quiet today.
Uh, hmm. I'm trying to figure out whether it's like me actually being quiet
Could be a bit of both.
or the Discord thing, which maybe I can toggle.
Hmm.
You know, because sometimes hasn't there been times when I had to like do a setting? Let me see. Like maybe I'm a little, I don't know. How do I look on my I feel like I look like roughly the same on my like not like my loudest, but not um extraordinarily quiet on my mixer
Yeah. So my
thing.
mixer is always at the
So
same
I
level, and you're
think
usually in the yellow most of the time. But today you're
right,
very fairly in the green, so I had to raise you up.
that's where I wonder if one of these things. So okay, we did how did we I feel like there was a thing that we turned on and off before and it helped like regulate that in the Discord.
Maybe input
But
sensitivity.
now I have that off because I have the input like all the way up. Advanced voice settings. Show me the advanced voice settings. Here we go. Automatic gain control.
Yeah. Oh, Mom J says not really quiet for you. I don't think it's affecting the stream. I think it's specifically
No, I don't
Discord.
I think it's in Discord. Yeah. I think it's a Discord issue.
Yep.
Okay, so automatic gain control is currently on, but I remember before, okay, when I turn it off, what happens?
So now you're really
Is
soft. Yep.
so when I turn it back on, then what happens? It's back
You're
on
back to where
now.
we were before. Yep.
But like in a back to still too soft
Back to still too
somehow.
soft somehow way. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, not too soft, but like softer than usual.
But like softer than usual, right? I don't know why that would be.
Hmm.
Like I feel like that is the setting that we've adjusted before when it seemed like Discord was making me too soft for some reason. And because otherwise, I haven't changed my settings in any way.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I just raised your volume up in Discord, so all good now. If
it'll
it
be
changes
it'll be
again, I
good
can change it back.
till we get to the next stream, and then all of a sudden I'm like blasting out your ears.
Yeah, yeah. Totally fine.
The way that because that's probably how it's gonna go. Black Iris, welcome in, and Before Dawn, welcome in. Oh, I should do I'm not sure if I've done. I don't know how many shoutouts I've done.
Oh yeah, Before Dawn did something funny earlier. Um, where they showed up in my stream saying "and decaf," and for some I was like, "Oh, did MJ's like welcome song start?" It's like 20 minutes before MJ's stream even starts. But no, that's how Before Dawn and just like chose to greet me that day. Did you
Decaf
sing
does.
and Noah today or and no one?
Noah, because Noah was in the chat. Noah, who I think might predate you in the GSC Nation. I'm gonna say GSC Nation as
I
many
would say
times as I can
obviously
before it goes
because
away.
I would
'Cause
say
you don't know
obviously because I have
Noah.
no idea who that is. Yeah.
So its username Putenute was a mod for the stream, though didn't mod for super long.
Mhm.
And we don't see Noah too often. Noah's like pretty busy, but he came in here and renewed his sub, and then perhaps disappeared immediately again. It's hard to say.
Ah, yes.
Noah, if you are still there lurking, hello. But yeah, if you ever see the username Putenute,
Mm-hmm. That's
that
Noah.
is Noah. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so you did sing and Noah. Because I was like, huh.
I did.
I'm just pronouncing and no one really weird.
Hello. It's my new reduced consonant pronunciation, like diction that I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
You
As
know,
you do.
rebelling against proper singing diction. I'm having the teenage rebellion I never had. That is a lie. I did have a teenage rebellion. It maybe didn't look like everybody's teenage rebellion. I wasn't like smoking and drinking and staying out late and, you know,
Gasp.
but I was constantly annoyed with my dear sweet mother and yelling and slamming doors and things.
Mm-hmm.
I was very annoying, I think.
You
Mom
were
J is a
evil.
saint
Or,
for
you know,
putting up with me.
teenager.
Yeah. My sister wasn't like that though. Though she sometimes, Mom J sometimes, Mom J and Dad sometimes said in some ways it was easier to raise me because they always knew exactly how I was feeling because I was screaming it all over the uh, because I was yelling, I hate you, and slamming the doors, and they never knew what she was feeling because she kept it all to herself, you know?
B. Trying to think back to my, like, rebellious
Like what kind of
phase.
teenage rebellion you had? What was your teenage rebellion, Decaf?
I guess on that
Chat, what
spectrum,
were
I'm
your
closer
teenage
to the
rebellions?
way that you described your sister.
At my sister?
Yeah. With, like, small
Yeah.
bursts of, like, explosions. But,
Uh-huh.
yeah, mostly kept to myself, I think. Gotta bottle it deep down, push it deep where you can't think about it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. Oh,
until
yeah.
it inevitably
That's
explodes.
my sister.
You know, the healthy way.
Yeah. I don't know if hers ever exploded, and I think that caused her like terrible issues later. That she just kept stuff bottled up forever.
Mm-hmm.
But we all, you know, I might have been, I suppose, because of that, in some ways easier to raise because they knew what was going on with me. But I also know that I was like, you know, an asshole. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I was a jerk. I was yelling all the time. I was the kid who like yells, screams and slams the door, you know, I hate you. When I definitely did not hate either of them at all. But I think I won't say I meant it in the moment because I don't think I meant it, but I think that I meant to be heard. You
Mhm.
know? Like I wanted the impact to be felt somehow because I was suffering and I couldn't I couldn't adequately describe why or what it was. Now, some of this, friends, was gender dysphoria.
Mhm.
I didn't understand why I was miserable about certain things. Um, some of it was certainly ADHD, and some of it was other neurodivergent traits, autism, things I didn't understand about myself that caused me to be miserable in various ways, and I didn't know why, and therefore took it out on the people who actually cared about me. Like you do,
Like you do.
sometimes. Yeah,
Unfortunate, but it is the reality. That
unfortunately, it is
especially in those
the thing.
like particular periods of life
Right.
with the
When
chemical
your
imbalance,
emotional
extra imbalanced.
regulation is not so great.
Yep.
Like you had ADHD and you had undiagnosed ADHD anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So your impulse control, not necessarily the best to begin with. And then also you're an adolescent.
Mm-hmm.
So not a deadly combo, let's say. Picking up a
Okay.
bunch of clay here.
I am in a very tricky spot here with this particular part of the mural. Because this is where everything starts kind of like becoming really colorful. And also kind of hard to see. Just a little bit.
Is this?
Maybe I
think
should
this
like go
is
to bed so I can actually like see what I'm doing.
old.
I'm working in the dark again.
Oh man, I don't think I have a bed on me either to like. I don't think I can go to sleep. Do I have one? No.
Undiagnosed because it didn't
I used
exist
to
yet.
always have a travel bed, but not lately. Okay, this is actually.
Oh, right when I got to the
Oh,
bed,
yeah,
someone else did it. Thank you, whoever that was. Um,
I'm gonna keep this.
well, welcome in, Shelly. Welcome in. Michael says, typical for middle younger siblings combined with natural psychological type. Oh, yeah, I was a middle sibling.
Yeah, I was the oldest.
I'm the second oldest in a family in a family of actually how many siblings do I have now? Like in my household there was 3 of us. 5, yeah.
Oh,
In
there's
a
more.
in a five children situation, but like in my specific household there was only 3 of us. So middle, yeah. Unless no no no. There was 2 of us and then 3 and then 2 again and then 5 and then yeah, at the time 3. Yes, my family situation is a bit complicated. But whose isn't, right?
Right. Let's see whose this is. I feel like this is.
Like if I were to describe it, it would be like those telenovela soap operas, complete with wills and succession and actual like business dynasty empires that I'm not entitled to.
Yes, this is exactly where I think it is. All right, this is Tangerines.
Okay, moving on then. Let's see.
Oh, Shelly, welcome in.
Rebrand. Lunatico says, "Oh, rebrand soon? OMG, so wonderful, but we'll miss GSC Nation."
Of course, I'm torn about it the same way I was about Genshin Support Club, even though I had really good reasons for rebranding away from that. Even then, I was really torn about it because you do get attached.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to keep an entrance to this. Up this tunnel. Luna, welcome in. Did you come in?
Ah, thank you, Elena. It was you who
How
slept.
I missed.
No, sorry. Go talk to Luna. I'll just go to chatting mode.
Oh, that was Luna. Wait, what? Chatting mode? What am I missing again now?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was interrupting you. Keep on to Luna.
Were you? No, I was just saying hi.
Mhm.
Someone I have not seen in the chat for a long time.
Yeah.
How have you been? But it's not interrupting for you to also say things, Decaf. You've been good? How have I been? I've been good. My book came out. I feel like this is how long I feel like it's been since I've seen Luna. My book came out. Very rough month, but Worth has been cannibalized for me. Are things going okay? Things going good at work and stuff? Elena says the potions in the sorter hall have been restocked. Maybe you already read that.
Nope, not yet.
Ellie says, I was an only child for 16 years and now I'm the oldest. My brother is the youngest. Oh, right, he's so much younger than you. If I recall, like, quite a bit. All right, how do I want to do this? This is like a helpful entrance to Twangerine's experience farm.
Shelly asks you, MJ, should we call Mr. GSC by that name, or Mr. BC, or Mr. Shinyan, or something else entirely?
I don't know.
Yep. There was talks of like calling Mr. GSC Sekiro or Mr. BC. Mr. Shinyan has not
right.
come up, I don't think.
It's not come up,
Probably
that
for
is
the
true.
reason that like MJ is like rebranding from GSC Nation. It feels a little bit counterintuitive to like immediately go back to using Genshin names again. I don't know, but maybe that's just me.
No, I also think that. I agree with that, Decaf.
Yep. LK's behavior. And then you read that part already about Michael and observing patterns. Right. For me as a middle child, like watching my older sibling kind of like take the brunt of their more reactive personality, I'm like, yes. These adaptations will be assimilated. Their uniqueness will be added to our collective. Resistance is futile.
Yeah, I'm sure my sister watched me screaming and slamming the doors and so on and so forth and said, "This will not be me. That is exactly what I will not do.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be like this. I will
Things like
instead."
Go ahead, sorry.
No.
Things like certain habits that you pick up to kind of like avoid the negative experiences that you associate as a child as being something you want to avoid, right? Like as an example, both my siblings are very picky eaters. My oldest sibling and the younger sibling at the time were always like very specific about the kind of food they ate. And I would see the way that my parents reacted to that and be like, okay, so the correct answer, which is not necessary at all,
Is not this.
is not this. And so I became very omnivorous, and my palate is a lot more um, what do you call this? Varied compared to my siblings, who to this day are still very picky eaters. Like they don't eat olives or bell peppers until
My
now.
goodness.
But like that's a I think more common example. Less of a personality and more of like a social adaptation. That eventually becomes just like ingrained in one's personality.
Yeah.
Let's see. You talked to Luna here. Work has been rough for Luna. Yeah. And the book is out. That's right.
The book is out.
Mm-hmm. Shelley
book
was
is
the only child for 16 years, and now is now the oldest, and the brother is the youngest. That is a huge age gap. Mr. Beast or Sekiro? Sekiro is the game.
Yeah. So Sekiro is a telepathic horse from the what is the series called? Incarnations of Immortality. It's a it's sad because I know that Piers Anthony has turned out to be like maybe not someone we super mm, love in 2026
Mhm.
for certain aspects of his work. However, those books were like super important to Mr. GSC
Yeah.
in a time. And
There's a lot of things
Sekiro has
to
been
Pierce Anthony that is problematic, but like the theming of his writing, you could clearly tell the misogyny was there before.
yeah.
But at the same time, for the time that he was in, weirdly
It wasn't as bad as
weirdly
some.
wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Like we
Right,
still
right.
had a lot of his books with main female protagonists, even if they were objectified a lot. Like a lot.
And sometimes
Um,
they weren't even as much like as
when a
in
child
some,
especially is the
like-
main character, yeah, for sure. He was a lot more lenient on child characters for whatever reason, which I think helped
yeah.
that like keeping, I think for me personally, the Pierce Anthony books as like still being something I can go back and read and be skeeved out but still appreciate the writing in most of it. Like I don't really enjoy A Spell for Chameleon as much anymore, but I will always go back and read and reread what was the one where she's like traveling with a baby dragon, with that one, because like the child character is like treated so kindly by pretty much everyone in the story, whereas in Spell for Chameleon you can really tell like, oh, this is what he thinks about women and their role in society.
Which again, like still not as bad as some.
Yeah,
And yet
yeah.
like yeah.
Catching up the chat here a little bit. Let's see. Same here about finding out that your age turns out to be different. Let's see. This feels ironic given that
think
Decaf doesn't eat. That's more because of I'm not a picky eater, but I'm also not a voracious eater, if that makes sense. I grew up with like having maybe 1 or 2 meals a day. And that kind of like carried over where I would have like one huge meal and then not eat anything or like forget to eat. Cause like sometimes if I'm like really desperate, I would drink like from the water fountain for like 30 minutes and then imagine my favorite food. So like I think those habits have ingrained in me like my frequency of eating. So I eat like a bird, but a vulture specifically. If that makes any sense. Like one of my favorite pastimes was like spending half the lunch just like lining up and relining up for the water fountain. And specifically the water fountains that are like on the 4th floor or 3rd floor of buildings, so that people aren't making out with the water fountain as I'm lining up for it. And then using that to like fill my stomach and then imagining my favorite food, because our brains are like these fantastic machines that if you can imagine texture and flavor well enough, your brain is actually able to like create that image. So like I would be drinking from a water fountain and imagine spaghetti or hamburger, and then my stomach is being filled with water, so I don't feel as hungry anymore. Um, and then eventually, of course, I joined the school lunch program, which helped. And every time, like the lunch lady would like be handing out food to like the people who were buying the lunch versus the people who were part of the lunch program, and they would all ask for like, you know, extra pizza slices or meatballs, and I'm over here like, more of the watercress, please. Ooh, spinach. We got spinach today. Holy cow. And then they'd be like, oh, we have more vegetables. And I'm like, and then they would point out the fries, and I'm like, that doesn't count. French fries are great, but I wanted watercress.
Hey, I was as the resident Gen X. I'm here to tell you that ketchup is a vegetable,
Hmm.
and
Oh no, ketchup's fantastic, especially when it's free. You would just like grab, or I would just like grab like packets of ketchup from like fast food places, and then put that on rice. Oh goodness gracious, that is so good. If I didn't have like what do you call this, a side dish to go with the rice, oh, ketchup packets go a long way. Holy
my
cow.
sister would appreciate the time that she I think I've talked about this before, but she would make these experimental sandwiches, and some of them worked out better than others. But for instance, the ketchup sandwich I think was like probably pretty okay.
Mhm.
The time she tried to make an ice cube sandwich, I think probably went less well.
Hmm.
Um, she was hot, like it was the summer, and she was hot,
She
and
was hot. I know what you mean, but like,
so she. Oh wait, oh yeah, no, it was warm. It was too hot outside and
Mhm.
inside the house because we did not have air conditioning or anything like that. In Michigan in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
Um, and uh, she made an ice cube. She tried to make an ice cube sandwich. I don't think it went that well. I think it was difficult to eat.
Yeah, soggy bread's not
Mom,
good.
Mom J takes issue with. I'm pretty sure that was like the FDA that decided that ketchup could be considered a vegetable in school lunches.
Oh, wait,
But Mom J's like, no, it needs
I'm
to be a
behind on chat.
fruit because tomato is a fruit.
Yeah, the classification of vegetable and
Um,
fruit has always like been kind of iffy. Oh, go ahead. You're sorry. Yes,
what was I saying?
you were talking about ice cube sandwiches.
Oh, I mean, I think I was pretty much done. I think everyone can imagine exactly why the ice cube sandwich didn't work.
Yeah.
Tarlik says should have been a shaved ice sandwich. Yeah, if she'd had the ability to get shaved ice, that absolutely would have been a better choice. She was getting. We didn't have like a refrigerator that like put out fancy like pieces of ice or anything like that. Like it was literally like ice cubes from the ice tray in the
Hmm.
freezer. You know, like those big like rectangle cubes that aren't even really a cube
Yeah.
because they're
Oh,
not square.
funny enough, you mentioned that. We just invested in an ice machine thing because like
Uh-huh.
we
It's nice,
realized
isn't
that
it?
it's cheaper to like electrically produce those ice tubes than it is to like
Uh-huh.
make ice trays now, because of the way that our refrigerator like runs on electricity.
Thing.
Yeah. So it turns out the ice machine is actually slightly cheaper compared to the limited
like-
space in the freezer, which we now need for like storing rations and meat in preparation for, you know, well, not in preparation, we're already here, but like in doing rationing, right?
Yeah.
We might not have like access to meat for a while outside of canned goods. So they were like, all this space that our ice trays are
freeze.
using, we should use an ice machine.
Yeah.
It seems like a good idea. Like that saves 30% of space in the freezer
That makes sense.
for
That makes sense.
like you know, like what do you call this? Either whole chicken or the like hot dog packets, which you know come in like these jumbo sizes. Okay, catch up with chat here. Sorry, a little bit behind. I got into the weeds with the story here about water.
I mean, it was a really important story about ice cubes, and
Mhm.
I approve.
Shelly says, oh no, not Shelly. It was Twan. Imagine being the only child for 16 years and then finding out actually you're the youngest. Shelly says, autocorrect doesn't like me today, but I shall be at PC again for a minute. Was grabbing a warm pillow because my neck and shoulder are not pain today and slept wrong. And now back to me in front of the PC. Okay. Michael says, good luck not finding a problematic author. It can drive you to psychosis. I think maybe the difference being of like author who's problematic in the 1800s or the 1900s versus author who's problematic in the 90s or 2000s. Because the difference is they're still alive to actively harm people. Like H.P. Lovecraft, for example, is one of those like problematic authors who like very clearly has undertones of racism in his novels, and yet at the same time you can kind of look past it to kind of like feed into that xenophobia of being part of the horror, really. And the interpretations of it as time has gone on is, I think, more valuable than the original text. It's easier to have death of the author when the author isn't actively alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Actively alive and like doing harm.
yeah. Not she will not shall be named.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But like I think I'm somewhat more okay with Pierce Anthony to an extent because it has been so long since I know that like Pierce Anthony's family still writes books, but it's been long enough that I can separate for the most part, and the problematic aspects of his works are easier for me to like parse with the parts that I do like, because the parts that I do like are good compared to something where like a lot of my enjoyment of it came from interacting with the fandom, you know, reading fan fiction or cosplay or organizing events, things like that, where the actual source material like has value, I guess, is the way I can describe it. Hey, Roop, it's been a long time. Welcome in to YouTube side. Sonic says, "Thought about forgetting to eat. I should probably fill up on something. Water for lunch, sleep for dinner." Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. I would wake up, let's say like 4 in the morning, and then have a very heavy breakfast, and then maybe like half the time I would get a packed lunch. So like during those days, I would either just like not think about it and then kind of forget that I didn't eat lunch because, well, it wasn't really a thing to begin with. Or I would do the thing I mentioned where I would like spend 30 minutes filling up on water and imagine my favorite food. So like by the time I get home, there usually would be food. And if not, then yeah, go straight to bed. That way I can just like be ready. What do you call this? Be ready to eat in the morning. But like it wasn't that bad towards the end of my like like halfway through high school. I think it got a lot better. So I didn't have to do that every single day, and I didn't. Only like less than half the time. Let's see. Breakfast, lunch. I've been brought. Oh boy. Wait, is Shelly in the PC? I just realized Shelly's in the PC.
I would also
Do.
before we get to that, I just want to say on the to address a little bit the Piers Anthony and like the old. I think part of why I can it's not like I'm giving Piers Anthony a pass for having like been misogynist, but also that was pretty par for the course in like sci-fi and fantasy
Mhm.
male writers in the era, and like I think that one can like not more egregious than all the rest of them really.
Unfortunately.
Like so I don't know why I would specifically single him out. I think that there are reasons for new readers not to necessarily get into like Piers Anthony. Like
Mhm.
I don't think the work holds up because of that.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like it is what genre fiction was at the time that he was writing it. And for the most part.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It feels a little I don't know. Like nobody needs to read Piers Anthony, and like I haven't read any in a long time, but I can still like engage with the version of myself who once was a fan
Mhm.
and who was so used to the way that he presented like women in his stories, because those were all the stories we got back then.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm not feeling like oh I need to like now like actively um
Excuse me.
condemn this writer necessarily. Like I could say, oh yeah, probably not the best choice for like young people
Mhm.
just getting into genre fiction now, because I don't think it holds up because of that. But I don't have to like hate the version of myself that
Enjoyed the work
enjoyed
at the time. Yeah.
his books. Yeah, that were like that also gave me a lot of good things. And again, like
Yeah.
the difference between something like that and say She Who Shall Not Be Named, who
Mhm.
is actively using her wealth that she is making from her career as an author to harm people, like deliberately, proudly, gleefully, loudly using her wealth to harm people. Like to me, that's that author. The death of the author version of that for me is that author is dead to me forever, and I will never. um, uh, whereas if you're gonna say like we have to condemn. I mean, I don't care. It's not like I don't need to. Man, I don't need to like cape for Piers Anthony. Like, like that's not necessary. I just this is really just Mr. GSC's username forever has been Sekiro,
Yeah. And it's
which
a reference
was
to a specific character in one
telepathic
of the Pierce
horse.
Anthony books. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
a
was the point of
telepathic
that.
horse in a book series that meant a lot to him when he was young.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to get rid of that username. I don't think that Piers Anthony is toxic on the level of somebody like She Who Shall Not Be Named. I don't think it's necessary for him to retire that. I'm comfy with it.
Mhm.
Um,
And then on that point of like right before getting back to chat here a little bit,
Yeah.
I would say there is like some value that I personally found from Pierce Anthony, which was my love of puns. Before Pierce Anthony, I could say I did enjoy puns quite a bit, but really up my pun game after I read Pierce Anthony books. And that's not something I like. It's not exclusive to Pierce Anthony, but I can say I can point to and be like, oh yeah, that's like one of the big things of why I love puns so much is like the ability to just like take a word, take its meaning and its homonyms or its homophones, and just like remix that into other words. It's why I like referential humor so much because I feel like it interacts with my ADHD in a way that's like, ah yes, things have connections even if they are like strenuous, and that's okay, and that's actually a plus because it's kind of absurd and funny. Like, isn't it absurd and funny how these things that aren't at all the same thing can be connected just by the way that they sound or the way that they have kind of similar-ish enough meaning to make said connection. And I think that's what I took away from the Pierce Anthony books in general is that sense of wanting to connect to the world in a way that like made the other parts easier to bear. There was always a theme of, oh, you can just like sequester yourself away into mundania, or into like one reality or whatever that like series was in, but more often than not it's way more fun if you are like actively not necessarily being an extrovert, but like actively seeking out other people and hearing their stories and making an effort to make a change in the world rather than, again, like sequestering yourself in mundania or trying to hide away, as it were, in an island by yourself.
He addressed like depression a lot
Yeah,
in his work. So
that's
thinking
where
about, like, the
I would find like
music.
the value despite, and the reason why I am less condemning of that. And you're right, it is not at the same level of like current alive authors, and even though it is still rather recent, it's not as bad as it could have been. And yeah, that just like my line of thought. Going back to chat here though, did I say hamburger and then copy this the hamburger coffee pasta? Shelly says, as a German, I could eat potatoes in a bunch of forms every day. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. I love potatoes. Mustard and rice worked well my starving artist days. Oh yeah, yeah. Go-to now is like beans or tuna, because like both of those have like a good amount of protein and zinc, other things to like still make it a meal but also be cheap. Okami said, a wise man once told me that knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit and wisdom is knowing not to put it into a fruit salad. Oh yeah, that is a common saying. Starlight says, I used to scoop the excess frozen moisture that would build up on our chest freezer. Oh yeah, we do the same thing, and then you'd add like corn and condensed milk, because they sell condensed milk by the can. And corn, for some reason, another country like just has a huge export of corn, so corn's really cheap. So yeah, we can just like get corn pretty dang easily over here, because you also grow our own corn, but another country just like has way more corn than they know what to do with. And so we have a literal dish called maíz con hielo, which is shaved ice with condensed milk and corn. It's pretty good, and it's like not expensive at all. But it might be expensive in other countries, now I think about it. Corn is like one of those crops that I hear is like easy to produce, but like has a low yield compared. Maybe Sin could like, not Sin, Sil could explain that a bit easier or better. Let's see. Just joining so you can speed run your dailies and drink coffee. You're waiting for your pain meds to kick in. Oh, right. That's why you're in the VC. Okay. Too many sounds. No Gucci today. Sven says get a chest freezer. It's more efficient and you can long-term storage. Ah. We don't have space. Our kitchen has room for an air fryer, an induction cooker, freezer refrigerator like combo, and maybe the actual kitchen table, the kitchen island, and that's it. The ice machine that I'm talking about is the size of my head. And it produces like enough ice for 9 people to put in their tumblers, which is kind of like what we're doing anyway, so that instead of like constantly using the ice in glasses, every single member of my household has a tumbler now, like an aqua flask type situation. And some of my family members have a tumbler for coffee and a tumbler for water. I am one of those people. I have 3 tumblers. I have my tumbler for tea, and I have my tumbler for water, and I have on the floor here somewhere my tumbler for coffee. I usually
You
drink
need to know
iced.
that the way I processed what you just said was everyone in my family has a Tumblr, like the
website?
microblogging. Yeah.
I actually didn't get into Tumblr. My sibling did. Like one of my siblings did, and the other one barely used Tumblr because they were more into deviant art.
Mhm.
I couldn't get into Tumblr for the same reason I can't get into Twitter, is that I find the reply method of having conversations deeply confusing. Like, how am I supposed to like follow this conversation if I have to go back 20 pages just to see where the conversation started, you know? Although I did enjoy the art of Tumblr when it like would bleed over into other social media. But like Tumblr itself, I never got into. And like maybe one person got into it in my family, but that's it. Let's see. Shelly, did you win 50-50? For Evanescence. Yeah, that's I think what you said. Evanescence got her at 85-50. No, you said Evanescence. I'm joking. Don't burn me.
Evanesia. Also, Abendbrot is how you say dinner. It's just Abendbrot.
Abendholz. Okay. And then solar panels and a solar generator for the chest freezer. Ah, okay. That one we did. We got solar panels about 2 years ago, and then found out last year that we only got half of what we needed. We have a solar power, we have solar panels, and we have a solar generator, but I guess we have solar panels, but we don't have a battery. So weirdly enough, when the power goes out in the morning, the solar panels also stop working. So right now we're trying to save up to get a battery and the like method of like storing that energy for nighttime as well. Because right now we're only getting half of the efficiency, not less than half of the efficiency that the solar panels are supposed to afford, that we got on loan. MJ says, oh wait, MJ said, oh sorry MJ, you were trying to talk?
I wasn't trying to talk. That's why I just answered in the chat.
Okay.
So that I didn't have to interrupt you.
You were the younger sibling in the dynamic. Older sibling in the dynamic, sorry. I said yeah.
Yeah.
You were the older sibling. Chest freezer, hi and welcome to Chili's. Twan says celebrate black authors writing Lovecraftian fiction. Because H.P. Lovecraft would have hated it.
Yeah. For real.
Yep.
For real.
Hell yeah. Also, I didn't shout out Shelly myself. I'm a little bit frazzled, folks, today. Sorry. It's just one of those days.
I mean, same.
Like, I'm talking a lot now, but I think in a bit of an episode that my mood is swinging this much. So yeah, just sorry if I'm not like
at
catching
any
up.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing great, Decaf. Don't worry. You're doing great.
Not that the author had to read a Foucault text to read this week. It's hard. It's harder to like have that at the author if the author's still alive, for sure. Even the same with the people in the 80s and 90s practicing presentism. It sounds pretty selective and subjective. Indeed. Like, I still... There are like certain singers and songs that I can enjoy, but also I have to think really hard about who they were as people. Like, really try hard not to think about it. But then other times I'm like, oh, no, this was like too egregious for me to like actively enjoy anymore. It's like it's too much for like me to kind of like look past. But everyone has their own lines, right? Where you draw the line
Right.
is subjective.
Exactly. And probably at least a little proportional to, or like related to how much the original thing meant to you. Now there are times where I think like it's hard for me to engage when someone like is actively still in any way eh, engaging with she who shall not be named.
Mhm.
And her content, because I'm like, well, this is because she's actively harming people. Like I have a hard time giving other people much grace if they're still supporting the content
Right.
or still supporting her, and having a ton of nostalgia for the content. I super don't love those the books being licensed so frequently now that are openly like
Going into her
HP
wallet and
fanfiction
like
with the because the way that they're so open, with the way that those books are so openly related to the source material,
Mhm.
they are still like really promoting an engagement with the source material. Like
Yeah.
I'm all for like go ahead. I actually don't have a problem with people filing the serial numbers off their fanfic and trying to go pro with it, but like make it so I can't tell
Mhm.
that that's what it's from. You know what I mean? That's where your inspiration began. That's where this began. Because when we can tell, when it's that obvious, and they're using it as a marketing ploy, especially, it feels like all it's doing is like it's just perpetuating the
The current societal
fame
problem.
of
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
It is a whole thing that we try to be mindful of. But like no. For artists who are no longer with us and whose messages were not as overt as some
Mhm.
others, I think we can like provide that grace to like people who share their passions for these works, like you mentioned, because it's not people's fault that they like what they like, you know, and
Well, and, like, yeah.
the value that it like gives to people outside of just like the work itself, I think is something that's harder to quantify, but maybe that makes it more valuable than the work itself, you know. Tran says I should read Foucault, but I fear I'm not even close to understanding Foucault, even if I read him. Yes. Any any work that like dissects what do you call this, um uh possible like analyses on political structures and how they might hypothetically be improved or how they come about is always like difficult to read for multiple reasons. Let's see. Michael Sy, you said still defend Asimov's fiction despite it being very sexist. Yes, that is a tough one. There's worse out there, much worse, indeed, Shelley, Or Foucault, you mean, not the problematic authors. The texts are 1,000 times more confusing and difficult than Foucault. Yep. Nobody knew anything about authors' biographies in the past. The internet has put a giant magnifying glass on everyone that we've never done before. Indeed. Part of why I chose live streaming over just doing offline video was I realized that for the sake of sincerity, we kind of have to show our work a little bit in the here and now, because like people are so like hyper aware of like you as a creator outside of your work. Not that I can't see like people anonymously releasing their work still and having those succeed, but I think it's much harder than something like that, like what MJ is doing, where you are both accepting that you are a creator and also a public personality, and that all the costs that come with that, right?
Whether or not it's actually a good idea is still up for debate.
But I think it is
like,
a
that's
necessary like component, in my opinion. That is my opinion.
I don't necessarily think it's necessary. Like I am fine with, there are plenty of really good reasons for, like for instance, I guess I'm coming at this from like an author perspective. Like there are plenty of good reasons for people to use pseudonyms. There are, especially when it comes to any people of any kind of marginalized identities, like there are reasons why they might not be safe.
Right.
Being like there are good reasons for people to use pen names. There are good reasons for them to not need to share the details of their public life. I feel like or of their life with the public and their identities with the public in an overt way. Like I think that that's fine. I think that it can cause problems, but that a lot of times it's not a them problem. Like there's people, there's something going on right now in the like publishing, like like social media sphere, where a prominent, I want to say TikToker, but I'm not really familiar with the person. I've just only ever heard of them because of this, but like there was a creator claiming that a well-known, well-respected writer of like romance and of like gay characters in general wasn't really a man and was pretending to be one because they keep their identity relatively private. That's so gross.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's just so gross. And it is so close to something that we had like we're hearing a lot of a few years ago that I was so happy seemed to be done and over, where like generally the what do I want to say? Like there was a while where if you were a trans masc person in publishing, you were taking a lot of flack from cis gay men in publishing, certain ones, whether they said it out loud or were saying it to each other in later leaked group chats, about you like not belonging in a place where you were allowed to write like gay characters, like gay male characters, even though you were a man.
Oh,
or
right,
a
that
masculine
movement.
presenting person.
For a while, you could
There
only
was a
write
lot of
what were your experiences personally.
Well, but even also, like, it wasn't even just that. It was saying that their stance was a trans masc person was not a real man, and that's why they weren't. And it was gross and it was bad, and we had finally gotten away from that. And this whole thing of this creator being accused of not actually being a man was just like reminiscent of that, like smacked of that to me, and so I wasn't a big fan. But like that's all because this person is like that this author, like he's been private with his private life. But he is a gay man in Texas, and I feel like there are perfectly good reasons. Like nobody really has to explain why they don't share their like personal life online.
Right.
Even if they are creating. But they will sometimes face accusations such as this because of kind of the stuff Decaf was talking about, like how it has become difficult to create and have privacy. And you certainly will get less flack in some ways if you aren't private about who you are, but at the same time, you run more risk of like, getting swatted or whatever. I don't know.
Catching up with chat here a little bit more. Let's see, because I think I already said my piece about why I think it's necessary for people to be public facing. Though I do see your point about respecting
I
people's
think it's just, like,
anonymity.
sometimes there are reasons. That's
Yeah.
all. But I also don't. I don't actually have a beef with what you said.
Yeah, I just like it's a
Just an
different point
addendum.
than what I was like saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, because I've been trying to catch up with chat here for a while, but like, as we tend to do, we go on tangents,
Yeah.
and I think this particular topic is interesting enough that we've had a tangent for like every 3 chats. Let's see. Here we go. Twan says, "Are Germans known for potatoes? I thought that was Irish." Yeah, that's why I started doing like an Irish thing there. Germany lived and survived on potatoes for many years. Interestingly enough, potatoes and bread were basically main food consumption items during World War II. Asparagus and potatoes with hollandaise sauce goes hard. Add some broccoli and mwah, chef's kiss, Shelly says. And then Michael says, another example is the Narnia series. Not problematic, but it was Christian allegory. And I never knew that when I read it. When I was told that, it ruined the series for me. There's value in naivete. Oh, I
can't. Once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it.
I went into the Narnia series knowing it was Christian allegory because I was and still am
older.
Roman Catholic.
Well, and also, I don't know, maybe were you either older when you encountered it, maybe, or
No,
were
no,
you...
I was very young.
but you knew.
I live in
had
a
no
deeply like conservative country.
I just had no idea
Yeah, no.
about it when I read it as a kid. Like I didn't know.
Like
Once I saw it though, I couldn't unsee it.
my Christian livings teachers would like encourage people to read books like that.
You had Christian livings teachers, so that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like Christian life education or something like that, or CLED for short. It's a horrible acronym. But thankfully, most of my teachers were more on the progressive side for the most part. So they were able to like have nuance with the conversations we had about books like Narnia and other like Christian ideologies in a way that when I was exposed to like the more radicalized or even deeply conservative like viewpoints of Christianity as I got older, I was like, well, yeah, I don't like these things and I don't like these people, but I know the people who are a lot more nuanced with the relationship to the religion, and therefore I can enjoy Narnia. I can still enjoy Narnia, even though I know that it's probably not the same flavor of Christian that the author was like going for. That my Christian livings teacher who was like very pro LGBT and at the time would like encourage people to what do you call this? Really discuss like what they think is right, despite this being like a grade school. And like when when the kids would repeat their parents' talking points about what they felt about certain laws and things, the Christian living teacher would be very patient and be like, okay, but consider. So I had good teachers, is what I'm saying. Like I don't think I had one Christian living teacher who was like that level of conservative or that flavor of Catholic, or not Catholic, but Christian, who was like who didn't understand the teaching of love your neighbor, essentially. So thankfully, I can still enjoy Narnia with their recommendations and like not and not have like a more negative view of it. Though I can understand people who maybe didn't grow up that way, having a much harder relationship with it.
Oh, honestly, I don't even have like a like I don't I don't mean this to sound the way it's maybe gonna sound, but because I am entirely non-religious, um I don't mean this to sound belittling to anyone or their religion, but I tend to view everyone, like all religion, as like mythology basically.
Mhm.
And so I don't actually mind like CS the Narnia series being a Christian allegory actually doesn't bother me
In the same way, like
as
Percy Jackson doesn't bother you.
like it doesn't like same as what?
In the same way, like
Right,
Percy
it's like
Jackson wouldn't
Percy
bother you.
Jackson.
Yeah.
It's just Percy Jackson, right? I'm not even saying that I can't read the books anymore because they're a Christian allegory. It's that I can't, once I saw the Christian allegory, I couldn't unsee it.
Mhm.
So now I definitely like engage with the story I would engage with the story in a very different way than when it was just like a fantasy that didn't have that, as far as I knew as a kid, like didn't like I didn't get it when I was a kid. I didn't have enough exposure to Christianity probably.
Mhm.
And B, like nobody was saying to me like this is what it is at all, and I was pretty young when I read those books. But I don't actually have a problem with them being a Christian allegory. The things that have made the Narnia series more difficult for me to love the way that I did as a kid is actually like it's actually the sexism.
Oh yeah, there
And
it
it's
is.
not it's actually the sexism, which isn't specific to it being a Christian allegory, because as we've discussed, like pretty much all authors at that time, especially men, like had that in their books, like in some way, and women did too, a lot of them, like, but the way that like Susan, it was like reaching a certain age and getting into like her looks and stuff like that is what locked her out of the magic world. Like and just the way that like that was inevitably like this was the way uh a girl was supposed to grow up. Now I would say that Lucy pushed against that in some way, or like tried, but like also like ultimately failed.
Yeah.
So like there's I have a trouble reading older series a lot of the times just because of the notions that are built in about gender that probably in some ways affect me more than they might someone, like maybe even more than someone cisgender. I don't know. Like because I felt such pressure to be a thing that I was incapable of being for so long.
I just remember the line of like, boys get swords.
Yeah, right. Boys get swords. Boys get swords. Right. That's the thing. That's the thing. because the boys get swords and the girls like heal, and they do. It's so.
And I'm over here like, at least the movie tried to change some of that a little bit. The movie adaptations, where they actually like let Susan fight with a sword. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because like that was one of the things in the books. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean?
And Michael, it was overtly written as being the like abandoning her inner child.
Yeah.
However, it was also so taken for granted that the journey for a woman, for like a girl, was to grow up to be a wife and mother and get interested in um boys and her appearance, like boys and dresses and um girl like woman things. And I think it was especially I'll outright say especially triggering for
Mhm.
me as someone who had no interest in a bunch of those things, and but did like some of them, yes, but like also not in a girl way.
Mm.
It's really complicated as a teenager when you don't understand your not your non-binary gender, like you don't understand that, and you're like, I am interested in boys but not in a girl way. What is that? Like this doesn't make sense. Like why does it not feel right still somehow? Like something feels wrong about this. And like having it be a thing that just fundamentally doesn't make sense to you because it doesn't match any of the narratives that are being presented to you. Um You never thought of the
Uh,
sexist part. Yeah. Well, I didn't either as a kid because it was in everything. So I just accepted that as the way things were, and
mhm.
that made me miserable, and I couldn't articulate why.
There's a lot of
Um
media like that where of its time there are a lot of
yeah.
like gender roles. Now talking about less problematic authors and like wholehearted recommendations I can still give in the genre fiction of
Yeah.
like fantasy. Anne McCaffrey, Tamora Pierce. I still wholeheartedly recommend
Mm.
those authors to anyone who will listen. Like I love the Protector of the Small series so much. It's so good. Um, if you like are still looking for like of those periods of that time of authors who still kind of have gender roles, but like maybe because they're
It's
written
different. It's
by
different.
women authors, it is like different. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
different. Um,
Yeah.
that I
No,
can wholeheartedly
it's
recommend
totally
Tamora
different.
Pierce and McCaffrey's books. Although, uh, like later books, maybe not as much because like um, changing with the times, you know. But like some of the earlier books and the Planet of the Small series, I still like wholeheartedly recommend, no problem. Um,
Well, and I recommend Zena Henderson, like
yeah,
my
Zena
my
Henderson. Mhm.
OG, like my OG idol, like the writer I wanted to be as a kid. Um, like most of her stuff is short stories. Um, you didn't see gender rolling. No, no, I know. I do know what you mean. Right, you didn't see it. Like that didn't ping for you. It did feel that way to me though. I just didn't know how to I didn't know how to articulate it at the time.
Hmm.
And now I do. Now I have like better language for articulating what bothered me.
Okay, let's see here. Good old British values. The chest freezer says should be in a garage or a basement. Um, Weirdly enough, we still have cars. So garage not yet, not an option. We don't really have basements in the Philippines because of flooding. Um, Like we live in flood country, so there are very few Philippine houses that have basements because it's such a hazard in terms of
Right.
like maintenance and mosquitoes. So basements aren't a thing. But garage, maybe if we end up like we have one car, right? And it's electric. Because we kind of like clocked that things were going bad about 2 years ago for whatever reason. There was like an event that happened 2 years ago that like made the world a lot worse.
I don't know what you could be possibly talking about.
So we like made the switch to solar panels and electric like a couple of months before that guy got elected.
Oh my goodness. Decaf's family planning ahead.
Yep. Let's see.
I wish I could get an electric car.
Hmm.
They're expensive.
They're expensive and they take a lot of charge, but
I would have
I will tell you right
trouble-
now, it's a lot cheaper than gas. Right now, it's a lot
Oh, yeah,
cheaper
for
than
sure.
gas.
Though electricity is also going way up here as well.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just our electric bills are skyrocketing. Um but also I don't have any place to charge it because I live in an apartment building that doesn't have like we would have to we've talked about it. We've been like could we make this work? Like somehow if we like because there are some charging stations in town. Are there places where we could like go and leave our cars overnight that are close enough?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like but we can't actually charge our cars at home because we live in an apartment building that does not have the means for that.
All right, no space.
I'm hoping well they don't have electrical outlets like available for us to use for that.
Ah, okay.
We live on the 4th floor of a building and like they don't have the parking lot does not have does not have like stations for electricity and there's no way to like bring electricity to the giant parking lot. Unless our building installed them, which I'm hoping they will one day. I'm hoping that that eventually they'll put some charging stations tight in our parking lot, but right now they do not have it.
Mhm.
Welcome, Viknl.
Twan says here, I'm really trying to catch up with chat here. I miss old Tumblr. But then Michael argues Tumblr was a reposting mess. Yes, I agree with Michael. The Tumblr repost chains were beautiful in art. How dare and the hashtag replies.
It's funny. I came down with that with Twan on that one.
I just had trouble
Oh.
as someone who like frequents Reddit.
Mhm.
I much prefer Reddit's method of communication, despite the people on Reddit maybe not being as nice as the people on Tumblr. Like depending on what communities you're in, but like it can get real heated. But at least I can have straightforward conversations and not like miss out on context and people like explaining themselves with like further replies in a different chain. Context. Michael says, Twan, at my peak atheist self, being a Christian and slipping Christian name themes and literature was just as bad. I see. Should I say thank you for the chat? Okay, I'm way behind the chat then, because that was a while ago. Lovecraft realized later in life that he was wrong. This is true. Yes. And he like got to know more people, I think, which helped, who were part of these communities. Let's see. Richard Dawkins in high school finds out Dawkins is kinda an a-hole. 2026, Dawkins on the list. Salak says, I love Lovecraftian horror, just like the originals though. Currently enjoying the setting of Darkest Dungeon and following the news of their voice actor, who passed last year. Although he contended for AI training for his voice, the devs felt he was pressured for the third game release, so decided not to use AI. Good on them. Good on them. You know, let your legacy be the work that you made, not a robot copying your like likeness in life, you know? Maybe an impressionist Like I can get behind an impressionist doing the same voice, but eesh. If you like, I feel like your legacy is kind of muddled when you like um have it taken over by someone who's not even a person. Shelly says, for some reason, I've recently been considering writing down a story you made as a child and role played with your best friend during elementary school. You still remember all the characters, their names, the plot, and bestie, and you reference them randomly when talking about childhood. I
You
see.
should.
After a
You
bunch of
should
it
write it.
after the stuff fantasy in a way like anime, but the main cast can stay as they are. Ah, yes. Oh, you got your tax refund yesterday? Chan says, if you
Oh,
aren't oversharing
congratulations.
online, are you even a real human?
I responded to that one in the chat.
Right. Carlos bigotry. Do Roman
But
Catholics
also,
despise C.S. Lewis for being Anglican? No, not really. We don't think about it.
wait, you cried about the tax refund? Oh wait, oh no, that's a comic. Oh, for a second I thought that was Tangerine
Mhm.
because of the orange, and I was like, why would you cry about your tax refund? Now I understand.
What are my thoughts on transubstantiation? We treat the... Wait, am I thinking of the right thing? Hang on. I have to double check my Christian terms. Okay, yeah, no, it is the one I'm thinking of. We do treat the body of Christ and the blood of Christ very seriously. But like, if, for example, let's say that someone who didn't know the practice took the wafer home without eating it, and then ended up flushing it down the toilet, would we be a little bit like aghast at that, but also we completely understand. I think that's
that is the flushing the wafer down the toilet just never is a scenario that never occurred to me, I have to say.
I mean, it's the best way I can describe our relationship with transubstantiation with Roman Catholics. It's like it's sacred, but it's not something that we will like burn you over if you don't get it. Like the moment that the priest consecrates it, it does become the body of Christ. But also, the J man died for our sins, so like it's cool, bro.
I appreciate that, even though I certainly never took even when I was in Catholic school for a year, I never took a communion wafer home and flushed it down the toilet. And in fact, I was trying very hard to be, because since I wasn't Catholic or even Christian, tried very hard to respect the like I could have gone up and taken communion and nobody would have said anything about it.
Mhm.
You know, like during school mass, because like there was mass at school. And I probably could have gone and taken communion just for funsies, and nobody would have like
Yeah, it's fine.
known to stop me. But I did not do that. I was conscientious about this is a thing that is sacred to these people I am with right now.
Mhm.
And even if it means nothing to me, what I can do is respect them
Thank you.
and not, make a mockery of this by participating in it when I don't believe in it.
Hmm.
Does that mean you just gave Jesus a swirly?
Yes.
Sarlacc wants to know.
Let's see. Are crucifixes graven images? Yes. Find helps to see if there was a serious scholar and theologian, so he puts in thought into it at least. Specifically, if you put the depiction of the person on the cross, the cross by itself, usually it's fine. Comparison to mythology, God promised no sin, still see sin. Only promised no frost. That's all I need to say.
I must have missed this one, but
Whoops, Jormungandr. Oh wait, no, Jormungandr's the snake. It was Jotun? I forget the exact word. Sorry. Let's see. Compare and contrast, Orson Scott's Ender Game, Mormonism. Yeah, Ender's Game. Well, thankfully, I only like one work of that author, and the other works, not so much.
I never read any, so I don't even have to. Even when someone asked me to, I
Mhm.
failed to follow through. So I
I,
dodged a
I
bullet,
choose to
guess.
believe that Ender's Game ended with one book and never continued. Let's see. Michael says, I read Susan's Journey. It was cool, all about turning your back. Oh, yeah, you addressed these. Okay. So I can move fast just a little bit. Did Susan have the bow and arrow? She had the horn. I believe that the bow and arrow was like a movie thing. I don't remember if that was part of the books.
Did Lucy get to have a bone? No, I can't remember.
I don't think the bow and arrow was like. I'm pretty sure that was a movie invention, but I could be wrong. It's been a few it's been a few years. It's been a few decades since I read the Chronicles of
same.
Narnia.
I haven't read it in. I tried to reread it as an adult, and then I was like, oh, now I don't engage with this somehow in the same way as I did as a child. Oopsie daisy.
I just real quick because I was in the middle of a battle, so I couldn't unmute. But I only ever watched the movies. I never read the books, and in the movies, Susan had the bow and arrow, and Lucy had the dagger.
Okay, yeah. So these are
I
the
don't know if
movie.
it's the
These
same
might
in
have
the
been movie
books, but-
inventions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't even remember for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Susan also had the horn though in the movies as well, because I think she used it at one point to
Oh,
call
yes,
for
yes.
help or something. And then Lucy.
I mean, they
had
kind of
the
have to have the
little
horn for the
healing
movies because it's like
potion.
an important plot point for the books with Caspian and everything.
Yeah, Lucy just had the what's it called? The healing potion for Aslan.
Yeah.
And the dagger was more like, hey, you're literally like a child. You should probably not have like a giant weapon, but here you can defend yourself
Yeah.
with a dagger.
To the point though of like the statement earlier was boys get the swords. That's what we were talking about with regard to neither of them
Yeah,
getting
I know.
swords. Really.
Yeah.
And
I think the dagger and the bow and arrow might have existed. I
might
just
have.
don't remember for sure.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Again, been years.
Yeah.
Since I
like
read.
the bow and arrow because I like bow and arrow, and I don't like being in the face.
But like
of
it's on the
enemies
topic
in any
of
game.
gender roles and
Yeah.
like more specific to the kind of like disparity of the kind of gifts they received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The no swords for girls.
Not to say that Susan nor Lucy didn't receive weapons, but that they didn't get the manly weapons, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I just because earlier when the conversation happened, I can't remember, but one of you said that Susan might have gotten to use a sword at some point, but I don't.
Yeah, I
think
couldn't
she
remember.
Really did. It was that's basically the where I just wanted to say what weapons they had in the movie. That's the only reason why I've read
Okay, okay.
it.
Let's see. Okami said quite a lot. HSR Quest got you as a dev. Me neither, to be honest. Sacred Act, but if you don't get it, that's fine too. Yeah. And then Sarlacc's thing here. Oh, I finally caught up with chat.
Caspian rarely got used. Yeah.
Susan did have the bow in the books, and Lucy did have the dagger. Okay, okay. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for correcting on that front. Okay. So I completely forgot. Remember watching the Chronicles of Narnia back in primary school music class. The miniseries. Oh, that was fun. Bow and arrow did exist and used by Susan, Lucy, and held on to by Prince Caspian. It rarely got used. Others than the
Ah,
earlier
yeah, like
folks,
with the-
Susan had the bow because it was a safe distance from the battle melee. As you do. Okay, I have to go soon. I have work tonight. So I think I'll just complete this. No, there's a bunch of squares left. I'll complete this next square and then I will call it a day. Let's see. Is this all blue? No, it is not. It is part cyan.
I may switch away from Minecraft as well at a certain point. I don't know if any who else is in. I saw like Elena was here. Twandrine was in, I thought for it, but then left. Was in the realm and then skedaddled.
As you do.
By the way, Twan, this is I do intend to extend the subway system to the iron farm. Which I believe was your original wish for such a thing.
Oh, Okami isn't aware of my schedule. I work at night. I work from right now 9 at night to 6 in the morning. Hence why whenever I do my long streams, it's always starting at like 5 p.m. and ending in the morning, because I am very much a night owl at this point. Although I live in Asia, I follow US hours.
Because of work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna
I
take
might have
a
already
quick
told
look
Brenda, I
here
think I'm gonna use.
where I go.
I'm gonna utilize their bridge as the subway, like the above ground connection
Mm-hmm.
to get to the iron farm.
Yeah. Okay, taking a look here. Yeah, looks like the X and the eyes that one ghost is going through. And then Charlie's hair looks pretty good too. Not perfect, but once like I have more lines underneath, it'll be a little bit clearer why that part of their hair is like cut off by the ghost color there. So like right now it looks a little bit misshapen, but it will kind of even out as I add more lines here. There's also like more like multicolored swirls as it's not just the purple ghosts around. So I have to look into that too. But doing what I can to like add the highlights and streaks in Charlie's hair, plus there's like multicolored streaks of like cyan, magenta, pink, and purple. Okay. Call it a day, but I couldn't. Oh, that's what you mean. I guess I just mean like calling it a day as a turn of phrase rather than like an actual day. Because it is nighttime.
Let's see if I have any chance of at least before I quote unquote call it a day
Mhm.
and perhaps switch to I can either work on my book on stream or off, depending on how people are feeling about it.
Yeah.
I can start a new. I have to decide whether I'm going to do what Decaf does. Since I do have a YouTube live stream going, if I switched categories, do I end stream and restart in order to make it work on the YouTube side?
I would say in your case, MJ, unless you're like doing so the reason I like do that, stop and start stream, is because I consider the new category as like special. So like voice acting or reverse 99 or like other games that I think people are more into than Minecraft for going to my channel. That's the reason I stop and start stream for those specific like categories. And I only do it when we're either collaborating or it's like a special event, right? I think in your case it's okay for you to just like change the thumbnail and change the game name. I could like walk you through it at some other time, but it's not
Yeah, yeah.
it's not difficult. It's just a bit time consuming to like change the game and then the thumbnail. But
Right.
like it takes all of 5 to 10 minutes. It is the thing.
Right. I would think I know even where I can go and like edit those things.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, then you're fine. You're fine.
I think that I know how to do
But yeah, folks, please go ahead and copy the raid message. If you are a regular follower, you can copy the normal raid message. If you are subbed, you can copy the sub raid message. Again, folks, I do have to apologize for my mood swings today. I am gonna re-up on my meds again, but I'll talk with my doc about it. See if like maybe I need to up my medication amount. But I had fun.
We care about
We had a lot of like really interesting conversations today. Thank you, Javix, for saying good luck. Everyone has their, lines in the sand. People's opinions on works is subjective. As long as we're trying our best to be kind to each other, I think that's the important thing. So yeah, you'll have a good time. Whether I'm just going to be continue to play Minecraft or write books, do say hi over there. I will see you for productivity tomorrow. I will be working on, what do you call this? The animation projects I have for music videos and things like that. Okay, that's about it. A proper schedule for next week will be out, and we'll like do stuff then. As I send you off, keep in mind and remember that Decaf NVIDIA is Creative Commons. It's created under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Off you get.
Thanks, Decaf. Thanks
Hey.
for the stream. Oh, and thanks